Connection.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hello everybody. Hi.
Are you live on yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi KPC.
Hi everybody. Welcome to another KPC Live and Anna Live.
Anna live.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
How are
David
we doing?
is always late. Lol. Typical David running on David's standard time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry guys.
He only had 3 hours sleep.
Yeah.
But partly that was his own fault because he was looking at the chart. That's for one of the stories, no? As well as connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the show guys. As usual, we'll just talk about our lives and life updates for like
Catch up.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you're rewatching this, go to the 10-minute mark and we'll start the news.
Patrick says, all right, let's take it from the top. Are you and Anna dating? Yes, and
You
are
tell. You tell. What did you just say? Yes.
No. I was just going, are you and David dating? Because I misread it. Yes.
What? What do
No.
you mean by-
I'm not saying yes to this question. I'm just saying yes to people's comments.
That's weird. Okay.
And thank you for rejoining, Patrick. The membership.
Hello, joyful one in Nana's world. Hello.
Which channel should I stream from? Anna, Banana, or David, KPC? I just don't want to choose between my father or mother.
Both.
To be fair. Do both.
Both. You can
One
stream
on
from
mobile and one on desktop.
or
if you
2
can.
Chrome tabs. But you can
Oh,
stream
yes.
from both.
You
But
can do 2 tabs.
if you want to donate on mine. PayPal.me/Korean Pizza Club. Here you go. Yeah. You can watch on whichever stream, but yeah, PayPal. Link in the description. I'll show you something really cool. If you go to the link in the description and click on that, there'll be like this window frame, and then you can type your own message and donate whichever amount, and then you'll see like fireworks pop here. Pew! And then someone donated like $2 or something like that. Anyways. Yeah.
Almost at a new time high. They're talking about Bitcoin, I'm guessing. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
And the charts.
Okay.
Aloha. And I love the outfit. Thank you. This is actually, I got my order from Yes Style. They sent me like some clothes that I have to actually take pictures for a post. This really nice, cute skirt. I will take proper photos and stuff. Also guys, today is Tuesday. Yeah, in 2 days I am going to Hong Kong. I've just like planned the whole itinerary for now. And basically the concept is kind of turning out to be like kind of luxury. So I'm super excited about this because I've been to Hong Kong once before. So I've done all the touristy things like Victoria Peak and like, I mean, I'll of course be like passing by again, but this time it's more gonna be like the really nice restaurants, like the hotels. I'm going to this hotel called the Rosewood in Hong Kong. It's like where Blackpink stayed. It's very luxury and premium. I'm so excited.
That's nice.
Yeah, and I'm going to Macau for 1 day. So I was asking him like where I should go.
Why are you asking me?
Because you're a Macau pro.
No,
That's
I'm
why.
not. I'm not.
Yes, you are. Okay.
That sounds weird.
I am so excited, and of course I'll be vlogging it because I have to. But yeah, watch out for that. So
That's nice.
that's nice.
Eat a lot of good food. I'm so jealous just because of the food.
And the weather is obviously much warmer there than in Korea right now.
I would love some nice dim sums.
You can't speak any Chinese,
No.
Mandarin or
你
Cantonese.
好. 我是韩国人.
Oh yeah, and my family went. But I had some drama over this because basically Trip.com is sending me, and they were being so like they kept delaying the date. And originally I was supposed to go with my dad. And then that's why we originally planned to go on the 1st of March because that's like a national holiday in Korea. And so we planned it for like this just weekend that's just passed. And then my dad was like, actually, I've like seeing on this website there's like a travel package for tourists because my dad is old. He likes like travel package things.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to take your aunties and uncles with me, and I want to go instead of like going with you. So they went over this past weekend and they had the best time. But obviously like that old, so they don't want to like organize itinerary for themselves. So they just much prefer a package trip. But for like young people, you know, we want to do our own thing.
Right.
So I'm just doing my own thing with a friend. So I am super excited.
I want to go on a trip. Like, why does everyone seem like they're on trips nowadays on Instagram and
You're
stuff?
too busy working, earning money.
Yeah.
Also,
Dispatch will reveal that you guys are dating. I'm just waiting for it.
we're not important enough to be dispatch reveals. No way. I'll have to try the egg tarts in Macau. Yes. You like the egg tarts?
Yes. I have a tip. Just don't go to like the old town
Okay.
and go to like the original place. Just go to the place in the Venetian Hotel.
Oh.
It's pretty much the same, but it's
Oh.
really good. It's really good. But there's still a line there.
Yeah. I am so hyped. I'm gonna take so much content and photos. So
Come
yes.
to NYC, David. I wish I could. Yeah, I wish.
People are always asking me like, oh, do you have any trips planned for the US this year? I was like, no, nothing yet. Unless someone wants to send me.
I wish I had a trip.com for myself. Like a trip.com.nuna. who can sponsor my trip to NYC.
I'm gonna be in Las Vegas for 2 weeks for the Twice concert, Patrick says.
Oh, Twice.
Patine will be very jealous.
Twice recently hit #1 on Billboard 200, so congrats.
Really?
Yeah.
What song?
Their new song, which I don't know. Twice just comes back too
They
too
have
often.
so many.
Too often.
I don't know any of their most recent songs. I'm sorry, Fatine. Yeah.
I enjoy their reels though.
I mean, they must make bank. They go on tour all the time. They
Yeah.
must be rolling, and good for them. Also, yeah, everyone was like commenting, Anna, was your karma because I made fun of David last week for like Karina's dating news.
Oh.
And then the week after, but he's married. It's not even he's engaged. He's just had the wedding
He's
already.
gone.
He's had the wedding already, and she's like a complete. I think. Well, nobody really knows for sure who she is. There's like rumors that she's also another athlete.
Otani. We're
This
talking
is
about.
Shohei Ohtani, the $700 million salary
Wow, you put a
player
price tag
at
on
the
a
LA
player.
Dodgers. So, I mean, good for her. She won the bag. She secured that $700 million bag. And also, he's 6'4". He's good looking. He's such a humble, nice guy. She literally won the lottery. So I'm super happy for her, I guess.
I'm super happy for
I'm not jealous at all.
I'm not jealous at all. I'm super jealous. That's what she's saying.
But Karina, that's just dating news. But he's off the market. He's married. So this is more devastating for me.
Honestly, okay, like this is stupid. I know I might get slightly canceled, but what are the odds of you dating Otani versus my odds dating Karina? I think Otani is way
Let
off.
me live in
Like,
my delulu
I
world.
think Otani has like it's like more difficult. Okay? Like how many competition do you have?
Literally the entire world, basically.
Yeah.
The entire
literally
world.
entire Japan.
Entire of
First of
Japan,
all.
but he also
well,
has very
entire
global fans.
Korea here too.
Yeah, Koreans as well, and lots of LA, like American fans. Yeah, he's off the market.
Yeah.
He's a married man now.
But I don't know. I've read some like short articles about it, and apparently even the press and the media don't know who she is.
Yeah.
And like there are rumors that she's like a very long friend from high school or middle school or something. So
I heard a rumor that she's like 100 and she's also a basketball player.
Oh, really?
But she retired like a few years ago, and then she moved to America a few years ago. So they're like, oh, I think she's like supporting him.
But I think it's really like notable to just see that Otani's like wife now, not girlfriend, is like unknown. He's like so respectful enough to like keep her privacy, and also if the rumors are true that he's actually dating someone from his like school days, it means like he's such a romanticist, you know.
Apparently, I went on like a fangirl like thing on TikTok. Apparently, his parents did not want him to date like an actress or a celebrity. They wanted to date someone really
Typical
low-key.
Asian
Yeah,
parents.
typical Asian. Apparently, Japan is just as crazy as Korea when it comes to like famous people's dating.
Yeah.
They've made like several famous couples break up or like go through a divorce because of the fangirls and stuff. So yeah, no wonder he's keeping it super private. But thank you, Puffed Calf Gnade, for the £5. Hi Anna, in one of your live streams you mentioned that you got a free trip to Mongolia. Any news on that? Oh, that was like ages ago. But like in the end, that didn't happen for me. They took like way bigger influencers.
Oh,
than
that's
I.
a loss. Mongolia seems awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'd
I
love
couldn't
to
get
there.
to go, but hopefully next time. Yeah.
But just some news from me. we signed the studio. I told you that
Yes.
last time. I cleaned it up. My elbows were all like shaking and I was
Yes.
all dead. Finally got in some furniture, sofa and some rugs,
Ooh.
and setting up shop. I think it should be functioning by next week.
Oh, really? So can we have the podcast there next week?
I'm not really sure about that because I
When is
can
this
use
rent?
this until like the 20th. So
Of March.
yeah.
Oh, okay, then you should use it.
Yeah. So I just want to like make it perfect over there, do some test runs, start working over there, and yeah. So
Yay!
That's good.
Congrats!
mm,
Yay!
so comfortable chair for Anna. So-
Yes, finally. Shohei is the hottest man ever. Yes.
Hey, Karina is the hottest girl ever.
Someone said, "Isn't Karina too young for David?"
What?
How old
We're
is
not even
Karina?
that apart.
How old is she?
I don't know, but we're probably not that apart. Like
No.
not in like 10 plus years or
No.
anything.
Thank you, Rayla. Yeah, Rayla San. Welcome to Banana. It's 2 a.m. in the UK and I have school. Oh yeah, this is not good for European time.
Oh,
Always.
Europeans can watch afterwards.
Yeah, guys, if any of you know in the chat know like Hong Kong, like good places to eat, feel free to write them in the comments and I can see. Yes. if
Do you know
Hong-
Hagen, our friend?
Who's
Have you
that?
met him?
No.
Oh, okay. He's from Hong Kong. He could recommend some nice places. Yeah.
Anyway, well, you also just told me something before we started the live.
What was it?
That you were supposed to meet Danny this morning.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to meet Danny for some tax issues and stuff. We scheduled a meeting at 9. And then I was basically, I slept overnight in this studio yesterday night because I was doing like late night work and then Bitcoin started like pumping crazy and I couldn't get my eyes off the chart. I was like scalping and all that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, I was woke until like 5 a.m. and stuff. And then I slept 2 hours and I was ready to go out and texted him like, so are you coming? I just wanted to confirm and thank God because he was like, oh, I forgot. I was like, okay, next time then. Yeah.
You just slept here?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
That's a sleepable chair. It can fold
Is
like
it
180.
comfortable though?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I mean, I'm the type of person that can sleep anywhere, on the floor, on like any bed.
He's
There are
easy.
some people that are picky, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've met some people that can't even sleep on like hotel
Yeah,
beds.
any new environment.
Yeah.
I'm a slightly like this. It takes me a while.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like,
Whereas
I'm
I have a
just-
friend like my Munjong friend, she can sleep literally, she falls asleep in 3 seconds on a
Me
car,
too.
on a coach, plane. I
yeah,
can't do that.
wherever.
No.
I sleep even standing. You know. I used to do that when I was in high school.
Typical Danny, lol.
Nice haircut, David. Yes, so this was the haircut I was dreading last week. I was telling you about that the free haircut, and then I had a cap on. But apparently, it turned out not bad after I took a lot of shampooing. You know, it got a little puffier, and now it's okay looking. But before, it was like. Pfft.
Also, I was having this. Okay, maybe I can talk about this dilemma for the next 5 minutes before we start the news. So like, I was talking to some influencers like last week about like I was like telling them like I don't know what to do for like YouTube long form content. Like of course I come up with like topic based videos as well, but there's also like only like a certain limit unless it's like something really trending in the news or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, I do more, and some people tell me like, please do more vlogs, soul vlogs and stuff.
Yeah.
I do them, but it's like the views, like nobody really watches them as much on my channel.
Don't your vlogs get a decent amount of views? Like
Decent, but it's not enough.
20, 30K?
That's not enough. That's not enough. Like 20, 30K is not even enough. And like my last vlog that I uploaded, it was again once 10 out of 10 in the YouTube studio, and I was like,
That's just vlogs. I think vlogs are just an investment and like a form of giving back to your community. It's your fans like it.
But it's just like me comparing myself with other YouTubers. There are also other YouTube like girls on the platform. They have just vlog channels.
Honestly, there aren't.
And they get like 300K views.
Those
or,
are like
plus more.
those are just at the top people. You know, like it's very hard to get that amount of views.
But
for
it's
a
like
vlog.
when I look at that content and the thing that I do, I don't think it's that different. Like, but it's
I understand.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But I think it's the characteristic of the channel as well. Like they
Yeah,
started off as vlog
Yeah,
channels
it's
and
just
pushed
a
it.
pure vlog channel, and
Yeah.
then the audience just expects
Yeah,
vlogs. But for
exactly.
me, my problem is I started doing. I mean, everyone says like, and I like the fact that you have different content on your channel, but it's just like people like subscribe for one type of video. They might subscribe for like, oh, why Koreans are skinny, and then they subscribe for this, and then they don't watch any of the vlogs, and then the views on that. So if nobody clicks on the vlog as it when nobody clicks on the video as it uploads, then YouTube just doesn't recommend it. as
Make Anna
much.
Lee vlog channel.
Make a separate channel for vlogs.
Yeah, if you want. So.
I was really. What do you guys think? Because yeah, my vlogs, I put effort into them, and it takes so much like so much time to edit and stuff, and it goes up and it's like 10 out of 10. My last video is currently at 10k views, and that just makes me like embarrassed and like.
Why?
Because I'm like I have like 270k subscribers
That's
now. Why
the
is it getting
YouTube
10k
economy
views?
nowadays.
Yeah, I just get frustrated with YouTube, so. I don't know. I wanted to push it out
Maybe
more. I can't do
try
anything.
setting your camera up and then going back to sleep and then waking up and ding 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 my daily life as a YouTube vlogger, and then drip coffee and then like sipping it in front of the window and then some jazz music.
Yeah, but what do you guys think? Like, yes, okay, yes, doing more like topic-based videos, like that kind of thing. But I mean, people who can get away with just doing daily vlogs. I mean, not daily vlogs, like weekly vlogs. That is probably like the easiest thing you can do. I mean, yes, that has its downsides because that you have like to show your private life. You have like no privacy almost.
I could never.
Yeah, so there's
Honestly,
a downside.
it's not
and
even
then
about the
people's-
privacy. It's like the hassle. Like
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I just
your
did.
life is your.
Yeah,
your
you have to
content.
wake up, set up the camera, and
Yeah.
pretend you're waking up, and go to
Yeah.
the cafes, and you just want candid discussions with your friends, but
Yeah.
you have to put the camera in front, and then it gets in the way and all
Yeah,
that.
but then also I went to an event last time and then the influencer was telling me like, oh, Anna, I watched your videos and like you should do more like lifestyle vlogs instead of just sit down content videos. And I was like, I get told two different things, so I don't know. But yeah, I want YouTube to push out my vlogs more because it makes me sad. But there's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, maybe I'll start vlogging too.
Collab with Mr. Beast. I am a literal nobody compared to Mr. Beast. I don't think he will even give me the time of day.
I want to be on his show. I want to be a contestant and win like $100,000 or something. Peter Kim, hi. Do you speak Korean? 안녕하세요. 한국말 할 줄 압니다. 네. 저희 한국인이에요. Yeah. Short and sassy Kyungsu for the springtime with that cute haircut. Thank you. Who is on your cup sleeve? It's Sunny.
He's the model.
Jen. And
Casey Neistat era. Yeah, except he's
I used to do Casey
professional.
Neistat style vlogs.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, and I also got a donation on
Oh.
PayPal.
Where are my donations? Let me check my phone if I
From
got
City
any.
Porn. Thank you. Some sweet treats to a sweet person.
Aw,
Aw,
I haven't.
Thank you.
I'm sad.
Thank you for the sweet treat. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Aristotle. I mean, I enjoy making the vlogs. It's just it makes me sad when I see it's 10 out of 10 and it is stuck on 10k views. And also because especially if it has like a sponsorship in it, then it's like I wanted to have at least decent views so the sponsorship is not disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what matters.
I noticed I guess for like at least the female audience, they really like aesthetic vlogs.
Yeah,
like
they don't want to see
calm,
someone's
smooth.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to see
Like-
someone's lifestyle. Like, what do you do? Like,
Exactly.
it's more influencery. Like, what do you dress? Like, what do you put on
Right.
yourself?
I
Like,
never watch vlogs like
yeah,
from
that's just
females.
not your audience. Yeah.
But I used to watch Casey's a lot, like
But his is like
religiously.
his is like he's a filmmaker.
I
So
know.
it's like an art form.
I religiously watched him, but like the only female YouTube vlogger, I guess I watch is Q2Han. Their vlogs are so like
Oh really?
aesthetic. Like
Oh.
yesterday I watched their. It was like we bought a house, and then I was like, oh.
I mean, obviously, I would watch that.
I gotta check this out, and then I even left a comment like, oh my god, this is amazing. Anyways,
Where is it nice? The house?
yeah, they got like a 전원주택, like a
detached
suburban,
house.
residence house.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
You want the space.
Yeah. So, anyways, how much does a studio space like yours cost? This, it's like $500 to $600. Yeah.
Have you thought about posting them to X2? Less competition. But my YouTube vlogs are like average like 20 minutes. I don't think if I post them on X.
Post them on Weibo and Tudo, stuff like that. Yeah, I bet you can get some big, Chinese money from it.
Yeah, but it just makes me sad. So I don't know. It's an ongoing thing. And yes, I'm doing more short forms and stuff. But
Yeah. Anyways, today we have some news about YouTube, so we can continue the talk
Okay.
over there. But let's jump into the news.
which news is it? YouTube?
Yep. So no, let's start with this weird news first.
Okay.
Okay, so today I prepared the news for you guys. Some quirky stuff in stock today. So first news. Korean stars ditch AirPods for old school earphones. So old school earphones as in like the stringy ones, like the pasta noodle ones. And you can see that was Ihyori before, and then this is Rose from Blackpink. She's well known for using the string earphones. And I think this is this Karina? Oh my
yes,
god.
that's Karina.
Oh, why do you have to kill me twice? Why are you here, Karina? Anyways,
I think Rose said she uses them because she just can't like be bothered to charge all her electrical stuff.
I understand that. I was like that for a while. I don't know who this is, but probably some kind of celebrity here too. I think it's Chung Yumi maybe.
Yeah, from
But-
Running Man, no?
Yeah. Anyways, whether it's a retro trend or just the convenience of not having to charge them in advance, wired earphones are making a comeback. And in a new episode of the YouTube show Lee Seo-jin's New York, actor Chung Yumi, yes, it's Chung Yumi, was seen using wired headphones, prompting a curious inquiry from the fellow actor Lee Seo-jin, what is up with your earphones? And then she explained MZ generations use these. So Gen Z supposedly, apparently use these.
I mean, I can't. Okay, yeah, carry on the rest of the story and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna give my opinion.
Yeah, and then she was right. So a growing number of millennials and Generation Z Korean celebrities, roughly those born from 1980s through the end of the century, have been seen with wired earphones lately. Yeah. And then this person's like, is this news? I agree, but actually I think it's fun. It's like a nice starter. So yes, please
It
bring
was a
them
slow
back.
news day.
Yeah, also phones that can phones that we can be charging and then we can be using these headphones at the same time. Oh, I've never thought of that aspect of charging the phone and use.
Yeah, because you have too much stuff to charge.
But
aside
for
from
the
your-
recent iPhones, you can't charge at the same time because
it's a different,
the port is the
port.
same. Yeah. Yes.
I can't relate to this.
You can't relate to it.
No, because like I'm just like an AirPods Max and AirPods girl. Because I mean, especially at the gym, I can't use wired earphones.
Oh, at the gym, it's
yeah,
like
no, just
yeah, it gets in
wireless
the way.
all the way for me.
Mhm.
I can't relate to this. Yes, there's a hassle having to charge, but actually AirPods don't even take that much time to charge. So
Yeah.
no, I
But-
can't do that.
Yeah.
It's just purely a fashion thing, the trend thing.
I guess.
One celebrity starts doing it, they're like, oh, it seems
Oh,
trendy. Like
yeah.
I'm gonna get on it.
Right.
But no, I'm gonna say no to this.
Yeah, I think that's Hansoi on the right too. Hansoi is pretty famous. So
Yeah.
like Ihyori, all like the hot stars like Ihyori, Hansoi, who was it, Rose, Chung Yumi, they're all using it. So I guess like the young are being affected. But for me, I always forget to charge them though, like the AirPods. So I never have batteries.
Because he's a P, MBTI.
Yeah, it's if it's in my sight like the charger, and then I happen to have the AirPods, I charge them. But whenever I need the AirPods, they're like, doo-doo-doo. You know that sound, that low battery.
Yeah, low battery. He's MBTIP. That's why, like they were talking about like the Myers-Briggs personality test. He is super. That's why David's so laid back. He's like late all the time to the lives. He'll forget to charge stuff. You will lose stuff. And whereas for me, I'm like the opposite. I'm like super type A. Like need to organize everything. I need to have like on a Google Doc or like an Excel sheet. And actually, my trip to Hong Kong, I've been planning, and the person that I'm going with is also a super J. So we plan everything out in like 15 minutes, and like it's super clear. Like okay, today we go this day, we do this. Everything's planned out, and I feel so at ease
Relieved.
and I'm comfortable. Yes, there's no like faffing around and like actually when you go on traveling with your friends and stuff, it's actually really important that your travel styles match.
Right.
One person might be like, oh, I want to really have like a chill, like late in. I want to like, you know, leave the hotel at like the latest time, whereas someone else be like, I want to make the use of the whole day. I want to get out as early as possible and explore. So it's really.
When I go traveling, I'm actually like that, like a J.
Yeah.
Extra scheduling.
You have to be, otherwise it's like you lose.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to make the most of it.
If it's the same place I went like 3 times, like Jeju Island, I have no plan at all. But if it's like the first, if I go to like, I don't know, Northern Europe right now, London or whatever, I wouldn't be that laid back.
No.
Yeah, Steven says, yeah, I hate when wired ones get caught on things. Oh, yeah, that's an issue too. Yeah.
And thank you, Chenami, again for gifting memberships. Woo.
Chenami, come to my channel too. But did you see those pranks that went viral on YouTube for a while? Like people went up to people that had stringed earphones and like started cutting them.
That's
out
weird.
Of nowhere. Yeah, and then they're like, what the frick? And then they're like, I'll give you a new AirPod. And then they're like, oh, thank you.
They don't want to be like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, but what if that person preferred string earphones? That is inconsiderate, you know? Yeah. Abel's like, can't believe this is news.
Thank you, Chenami.
I always misplace my AirPods, though. Right now, I'm missing my right side and I have no idea where it is. That's another funny thing. If you go to the Tangun market, secondhand market, you always find right piece of the AirPod or left piece of the AirPod. People like, or just the case of the AirPod, and they're like, I sell it for like, you know, $30 or yeah.
So hard to travel with opposite personality types. J's unite. Yeah. And if it's too many people like David's type all traveling together, then it's a disaster. You need at least one person, like a leader, like who knows what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, but I find it very stressful to travel with peace, although I'm not like that when I'm traveling, because I've been with more laid back people than I am. And it's really stressful because
nothing gets done.
Nothing gets done, and the worst part is they complain.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
Yeah.
They don't contribute. Or I've done all the planning.
Yeah.
If something goes slightly wrong, they're like, oh, they're like.
Yeah, so people, if you just contributed nothing into planning the trip, then you have literally no right to complain about the itinerary, where to go.
Exactly.
They're just literally tagged along and they're like, I don't like to go, I don't want to go here.
Yeah, I guide you to some nice place and they're like, oh, this is mid. You know, like, oh, this is like, nah.
Has this been a recent trip that you're thinking of?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I've been on trips with a lot of my friends and they ended up really bad at the end.
You really need to be compatible in this way.
Yeah. 3 to 4 day trips are okay.
Yeah.
But like the longer it gets, the higher the possibility of you like breaking up as a friend happens.
One time I was like planning something with a friend and like the trip was like ages, kind of like a few weeks away or like a month away at least. And then I was like, okay, but like let's book like the flights and like the hotel now because it gets only more expensive near the time. And he was like, and like she was like, oh, like it's just actually fine. We don't need to do it like right now today. And I was like, no, seriously, I mean like right now today. And they were like, it's just super, you're being really like type A. And I was like, but this just makes sense. It just makes sense.
I get stressed. I almost like literally cut ties with my best friend when I went to Spain for like 3 to 4 weeks together. Like I prepared everything like so meticulously. There's this unique place called Alhambra. It's like a palace in Granada or wherever. But apparently you need to reserve to get into that place at least like a month or 2 months before to get in like a nice time. And then we woke up. It was like in the morning, 7 a.m. And then I was like, let's go. And he's like, you know what? I kind of feel like not going today. I just want to like lay back and, you know, enjoy the city and get like a coffee with some churros. And I'm like, dude, I freaking reserved this 2 months ago for this trip. We are not skipping that itinerary. And he's like, oh, what does it matter? We can come again. I'm like, I can't come again. You might be rich. You can come again, but I don't got no time.
Also, you have to travel.
Money. Yeah. And I got so pissed, and he was like dragging so much, And I had to like drag him outside of the bed, and he was complaining the whole way, like, oh my god, like how
Seriously,
is this
friendships can break up.
yeah, how is this traveling? You know, traveling is about like
spontaneity.
yeah,
and, like,
chilling
yeah,
and stuff.
chilling.
Like nobody cares about these tourist places. And then the ironic part is like when these people actually go to the destination, they take the most pictures.
Oh yeah.
I hate it.
We're on a rant today. But it's true though, seriously, friendships break up over this. And yeah, also if people are really picky about like food, if they're like severe dietary restrictions, that's also hard.
Oh
Yeah, really picky about food, like, and then you go to somewhere and it's like you chose it, and then they're like, oh no, it's not nice. And it's just just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I kind of felt bad for that recently on my trip on Japan. I went with Jin and my friends.
Yes.
And Jin was super excited about like this like hormondong place.
Okay.
It's like pig intestine, like huge intestines.
Okay.
And then we went. The visuals and everything was very impressive, but the thing is, it was too greasy. There was too much oil, and then I had a bite, and I was like, the first bite was okay, but the second I got like very like greased up.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't take this anymore. And I didn't try to like make any kind of complaint or anything, but I guess it just showed outside.
Showed in your face.
Yeah, I wasn't eating that much. I was like, yeah, and then he was like, wow, this is amazing, and I was like, yeah. And
Did you feel bad?
He eventually picked it up, and he's like, well, you don't like it? And I'm like, oh, no, it's okay. It's a little just too greasy for my taste. And then the other crews, friend, they agreed with me. And then Jin was the only one who was so hyped up about that. And then eventually he kind of got like, you know what do you call it? Like,
he got a little bit like, in a mood.
Yeah. And then afterwards he was like very down, and he was like talking to us for a bit, and then
because then you feel responsibility as the person who picked. If they all didn't like it, then you were like, oh.
Right.
Yeah. That happens. Yeah. The Alhambra is really an experience. It's beautiful. Granada is a must. Yeah.
Okay, where did we come from? Like AirPods and earphones.
To travel.
Yeah.
That's the nature of these lives. Sometimes we just go on random tangents.
Couch Potato Party says, wait until they discover landline telephones. Have you ever used a landline telephone?
When I was a kid, yeah.
Nowadays?
No, not now.
You never?
That was the thing. That you know how when you say to like people like us, like we're M generation. We're not Gen Z, right?
We're M, yeah.
Yeah, we're M. So when you say like, how do you pick up the phone? Everyone just goes like this.
Yeah.
If you ask Gen Z or Gen Alpha, they're like,
what's the difference?
iPhone. They go like this. We go like this, like landline.
That's not. Oh, this is a
This is landline and this is iPhone.
Oh, it looks like this.
Yeah. The Gen Z don't even know what a landline phone is. They've never seen it. They've only seen iPhones. So that's the difference.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they have no idea.
Freaking entitled Gen Z. I'm sorry, I don't have anything against Gen Zs.
You clearly do.
No. I just want to be young. But yeah, landline telephones. That was an era. It had its own romance, you know. Like, it has to be a landline telephone in order to be romantic in a movie. Like, it has to be raining. You have to be in a red telephone booth, and you have to call like, and the and then all that kind of stuff.
The K-dramas is always Samsung.
Yeah, Samsung. Nowadays, it's always Galaxy Z Flip.
Z Flip, it doesn't look so romantic.
And you always have to like put it in like the water, like the what do you call it? The water faucet. What do you call it? 손 씻는 거? Tap. Yeah, you always have to drop it there to show it's waterproof for the PPL.
Oh, for the PPL. You're like, wow, such an amazing phone.
And then flick, and then hello.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Shall we do the YouTube news?
Okay. YouTube, yeah. Let's go to YouTube. So, next news. Where is it? Maybe I didn't. Okay, here we go. Next news. Well, South Koreans spend 40 hours a month watching YouTube on phones. On average, South Korean spends about 40 hours a month using YouTube on smartphones, a local report showed on Monday. And it just proves that how popular YouTube is.
No, but the important part is they watch it on mobile, and this is higher than in any other country across the globe. Yeah.
Is it like the amount of times, or watching it on mobile? The amount of time, I guess, right? Like 40 hours.
Yeah, maybe both. The amount of time and on the fact that it's mobile now. Yeah. I literally I see like grandmas and grandpas on the bus or on the tube, like watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Even shorts. Like, I see them watching shorts.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's addicted to shorts nowadays. Yeah. So let's see our own phones and see how many hours we use.
So they found that the combined number of hours users spent on YouTube in January was 111.9 billion minutes, more than double the 51.9 billion minutes in January 2019. Company estimated there to be about 46 million users of YouTube's mobile app, which converts to about 40 hours of monthly use for each YouTube user. So yeah. They're all busy on YouTube, so the birth rate is ducking low, okay?
How long do you use YouTube on your phone?
I watch YouTube a lot, I would say.
How do you see the usage hours?
Can you see that?
Yeah, you can. Oh, screen time. Oh, here it is. Okay, so
Mine's gonna be embarrassing.
how many hours do you use your phone on a daily basis? Let's see. Go to screen time and your settings.
This is embarrassing.
Why?
No, I use it like all the time. Like even
So
when I'm
let's see,
working
let's see.
out, I'm watching YouTube.
Let's see. Oh my god, mine is embarrassing. I'll show you mine.
Where do you see?
So go to settings.
Yeah.
And then go to screen time. What? Is this an iPhone? This is not. No. Like go to your general settings from iPhone. The wheel.
Oh,
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then screen time, yeah.
I
So
don't
how
wanna
many
say
hours?
mine.
So how many hours per day?
For YouTube.
No, just like first like your phone usage in general. It just shows you like the average here over here.
Daily average 3 hours.
3 hours? I don't know if that's good or bad, but mine is two and a half hours. 2.5 hours. Like, let me know you guys' usage time too, like your average use time. So mine is 2.5 hours per day. I use my phone. I use one. This is the embarrassing part. I use 2 hours on finance.
And all his trading apps.
Yeah, 17 minutes on social media and 11 minutes on entertainment. That's wild.
I use most on Kakao Talk.
Oh, really?
1 hour, yeah. And then second, Instagram, and actually, Instagram and YouTube is the same, like 1 hour each.
1 hour,
Yeah,
wow.
1
You're
hour
heavy on
each.
social media.
I mean, that's our job. We have to be watching.
It's crazy. I only use 17 minutes of social media. Whoa, 6 hours, says C Hill. What? Henry Tepp says 7 hours a day because of work. Okay, y'all are rookies, says Ice and Cake. Whoa, so my first and second apps are both Bitcoin and investment apps. And
I didn't know you could see this.
yeah, and then there's like Gmail, Instagram, Webtoons, and then Kakao Talk. Yeah, apparently I don't watch YouTube on my phone. I watch it on
Oh my god, and it also
PC.
shows you your pickups, like how many times you picked up your phone.
Yeah, you never knew this?
No, I never knew this. What?
She's exploring the world of iPhone now.
But during the weekend, I got suddenly sucked into like these types of videos on YouTube of like grandparents meeting their newborn baby for the first time, and like people coming out to their like parents and their most like in-laws and stuff about like, oh, we're pregnant, and everyone's like crying. I got suddenly sucked into that algorithm when I was watching a bunch of them.
Yeah, we all get sucked in some kind of
Yeah,
algorithm.
it is really cute.
I recently got sucked into like sexy girls YouTube.
Suddenly,
No,
accidentally.
for real, I never watched that kind of stuff.
Accidentally.
But for some reason, the algorithm started boosting like girls with revealing their boobs.
Because they clearly know that's the content that David likes to watch.
I guess that got viral in like my same demographic with other guys, and I was like, whoa, like I have no interest in like big boob girls or anything, but then it was like a day in Bali, and I was like, I wanted to see the day in Bali, not the boobs.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
My ass.
No, for real. I have nostalgia towards Bali, so I clicked on it, and the funny thing is, you know how like the watch, you know, the spikes are, you can see the attention spikes.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
one part was like this big, and I was like, what is that? And I clicked on it, and it was like massive boobs. People were watching that.
So
It was
easy.
wow. Like, okay, no offense, but like that video had like millions of views.
To be honest, it's the same the other way around. Whenever there's like a hot topless guy, women do the exact same thing. It's the exact same.
Yeah.
We can't say anything like to the guys. Women do the same thing.
It was so funny. Like 3 spikes in one video. Every single time it was either their bikini shot, boobs, or like something. Nobody watches like the narration part or whatever. So if you're doing your vlog, skip the all boring parts and just like cut out everything. Yeah.
Someone says, I thought YouTube bans that stuff.
No. Like
If
why
it's-
do they ban bikinis?
Yeah, if it's just swimming costume, it's fine. You can't do like porn on YouTube.
Oh, there's also stuff called lookbooks.
Yes, lookbooks.
They basically naked.
Yeah, I've seen girls and guys do this.
Yeah.
So you just stand there in your underwear and then you try on a bunch of outfits and then you undress and then you put on a new outfit. Yeah, girls.
This is the same too. Like they change outfits, right? But the purpose of the video is showing the outfit, but the
Yeah.
outfit part has no views, and only when they're in their
Yeah,
bras.
but they
and,
know what they're doing. It's always for thumbnail. They're in their underwear, never in the outfits.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they know what they're doing.
They get
Unfortunately,
massive views. That must be some nice money, and it's like recurring, visits, and it's evergreen.
Yeah, but then you're just living off the views, I guess. And I guess if you get sponsored, you could do like outfit sponsor. Yeah, I guess then it makes sense. But this is what the thing with YouTube I realized. If you're just chasing views and you don't actually build like your actual like community and your fans, then this is just it's not a good channel. Yeah. If you're just especially like if you just have like horny females or guys watching you just for the fact that you're like half naked and hot or whatever, that's not.
Well, I guess you can, as long as you have boobs till eternity, then you can milk them off. Oh, that sounds weird.
but this
If
is
you
what
have
I
boobs,
realized.
you can milk them off.
No, but as I realized as a female influencer, yes, okay, you can just. There are some female influencers who just do this route. That all their audience is male, so they
Yeah.
just cater to the male
Yeah.
audience, and they just do content like that. And then they will be like, subscribe to my Patreon or my OnlyFans, and that's how they monetize. But for most female creators, if you're doing like lifestyle and stuff, that is much more beneficial to have like just mainly female audience, because then, like I said, brand sponsors when they like reach out, they're like, oh, what kind of audience do you have? And if you have mostly female, then they're like, oh, very, very happy. But if you have mixed audience, they're like, oh, is it worth it? Is it worth you giving our sponsorship to you?
Yeah.
So if you're a female lifestyle creator, then it's actually not that beneficial to have horny male fans at all.
I guess.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you get like millions of views, it might not matter.
I mean, yeah, like that's YouTube revenue, but in terms of sponsorships, it's not so good.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a sense of morality. Everyone has the different sense of morals and that stuff. But I think if I were a female and if I was getting a lot of money from like nudity and stuff, I would feel a little low self-esteem.
Yeah.
It feels like you're selling yourself off.
Yeah, and they can easily drop off at any point. Those fans are really fickle. Yeah.
But I guess if you don't have any problem with that, then go for it. Like if I had boobs.
Yeah, and they do earn
I would.
the dollars. They earn the dollars.
If I had boobs, I would flash them, on every single vlog, like for the thumbnail, and then like everyone would click, and then they would be like, "Where are the boobs? Where are the boobs?"
I mean, John, my friend Dr. John Yu, he says the same thing too, because he spends always a lot of time like working on thumbnails and titles. He's like, sometimes it is what it is, but everyone just clicks on the thumbnail where he's just half naked, topless.
Oh, really?
He's just like, those just get the views. So it's just like.
Well, I guess it would be different for me. If I was half naked, I think the everyone would
You need
escape.
to be fit.
Everyone would escape. The retention rate was just dropped there. Like, why is this guy naked?
Yeah. So.
Interesting. Yeah.
Someone please become David's Nuna, Rayla says.
Yes, please be a trip.com.nuna for me.
Lol.
You
should collab with QuackTube/Panny Bottle. Those are two massive like travel YouTubers. They're also way too big for me to be considered, and also their audience is too different. This is also what I realized. Korean YouTubers that just have mainly Korean audience, I guess because like you know, for us like who consume like people like English speaking content,
Yeah.
then you have so much content because like there's so much content from like everyone around the world. It's just like super saturated and like too many like everyone's attention span is like you can't watch everything.
Right.
Whereas Koreans that can like, I mean, some of them might be able to speak and understand English, but most of them will already like prefer to watch just Korean content. So Korean YouTubers, their subscriber and their view ratio is actually insanely good. So for people who might have like the same channel as me, they still get like way more views than
Right.
someone on my channel does because their audience like watches every video they put out, and like then YouTube pushes it out more.
Right.
So
They have a very condensed audience and
Yes.
market. Like it's only for Korea. Korea has a
Yeah.
very good CPM.
Yeah.
Like very good advertising costs.
Yeah.
If you go big on YouTube, you almost definitely go on like mass media, like
Yeah.
television shows
Yeah.
and stuff. So, yeah.
So sometimes I'm just like, should I have just done like Korean YouTube instead? Because then you have way more opportunities. The amount of sponsorships,
The brand
that you,
deals, yeah.
brand deals. If you just have a Korean sponsored audience, then you're just like influencing a Korean audience. Whereas for me, especially when I get obviously I get like Korean beauty stuff that wants to like go global, but sometimes I get American companies, right? And
Yeah.
they want to sponsor me. Then it's like they also have to like ship the product
Right,
to
right,
me,
right.
and there's like a whole lot of extra complications.
Right.
Yeah, and the fact that like yes, like majority of my audience is American, but they still want like there are also so many other YouTubers who are like maybe they have like 80-90% American, whereas I only have like 40 or like
Yeah.
less. So they're like, why would we choose to like go with you or compared to another influencer?
Yeah.
You know, so it's
Yeah.
it's
So
like
like subscriber count isn't like a definitive indicator of
No,
how
not at
many
all.
like how much money you're making or anything.
not at all.
Like you have to have a loyal, condensed audience that is appealing to like the brands
Yeah.
or the demographic or the country.
Yeah.
And in case of Korea, because Korea is like so homogenous and so like in its own and in its own realm, like these Korean YouTubers. Like I think the interesting thing also is like if you go to America, Europe, or whatever, like the whole continent is so big. There's such a wide variety of creators. You can just pick your own favorite. I probably think there's like over tens of thousands of creators. But in
Yeah.
Korea, there like you have like household names. Like you know, there's only 10 creators that are
Massive.
that are really famous right now, and everybody follows those creators. Everybody recruits them on shows. So like even foreigners know about Banibotu and like Kwaktubu
Yeah.
and all those. So it's like that. And I heard something very interesting, like you know how Singapore has like such a high GDP and like all the advertising and capital over there. So apparently in Singapore, even if you have 100K subscribers, that's considered like super large mega influencer because like they have a small population, but because they have so much money there, 100K YouTuber earns like 10 times more than like a
Really?
Korean 100K YouTuber or something like that. So that's really interesting.
And also, also when you're a YouTuber, it depends on like what niche you're in. Someone who does like finance YouTube or like tech, they talk about crypto, their CPM on an average video is like 10 times ours.
Yeah.
So even if they do a video that's like 10K views compared to when I do a vlog that's like 10K views, they will earn 10 times more than me.
Right.
Yeah, because of the subject of the matter.
So sometimes I regret choosing this
Yeah,
niche.
because it's not. It's
I'm
really,
sorry, guys.
It's not. To be honest, it's not that profitable.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's a very scattered audience that's interested in Korea. So the only brands that would be interested in sponsoring our channels would be like people interested in Korea that are global English speaking folks. But what kind of brands are there like that? So not many.
Yeah,
it's
so
really
in
hard.
terms of my TikTok, I think I'm gonna try to grow it as more like just like beauty and like that kind of like female audience base,
Yeah.
just so then it's easier for brand deals to come in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I think it's too late for me on my YouTube channel right now to like pivot and try to do all sorts of different things. It's just like a whole mixed bag, and I kind of regret now doing that now. Yeah, because people subscribe to my channel for all sorts of different topics, right? But then it's actually not good to have like a kind of high subscriber count, but then on your actual most recent videos, the views are not that high. That's not actually what I'd prefer to have like a smaller subscriber count, but like all the views be like consistent.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's a shame, but I just have to, this is my reality, I just have to accept. Yeah.
Yeah, name some of your famous, like most favorite YouTubers in the chat, please, so I can refer to them. Anyways, okay. M says finance people always make big bucks. Yes, finance channels are huge.
Yeah, personal finance, but even like beauty channels also make huge bucks. Beauty channels, yeah.
Well, speaking of finance, shall we go to Bitcoin?
Yes.
Yes, so this is actual news here. I'll show you the graphics. Bitcoin soars to record high in Korea. So the price of Bitcoin traded in Korea climbed to its highest ever Thursday. And this is old news. This is cold tea because just yesterday night.
Yesterday.
Actually, right now it might even have topped. Like the volatility was crazy. So I think in USD it might have gone to an all-time high by now, if I'm not wrong. Or is it yet?
It's basically,
It's almost.
Yeah.
It's almost at 69,000, which was the all-time high. It's at 68.3 something thousand right now. This is crazy.
It is crazy.
It's crazy. So Bitcoin, the world's biggest cryptocurrency traded in Korea, went over 88,166,000 at 2 a.m. on Thursday. And this is old news, as I'm saying. It's just getting higher and higher by day, with the price moving down later the day. Bitcoin was traded. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, yeah, look at this person staring at the screen.
That was you this morning, this early hours of this morning.
Yeah, I couldn't take my eyes off it. But
yeah. Do you think retail is like the public, like?
No.
Not yet.
No.
They're not in the know yet.
Yeah, but like why this is so significant to the Korean market is if Bitcoin goes over its all-time high in USD, which is $69,000. In Korean won, it goes over 100 million won. It's approximately 100 million won. And that is like a very significant number.
Yeah.
Like even media-wise or like even in our like just brains. You know, 100 million won is a lot of money, but not a lot of money at the same time. You know, one can earn it by working really hard for maybe like saving up 5 years, 10 years to get 100 million won. And to think that one Bitcoin is 100 million won is like mind-boggling, you know? So like, I think, so a lot of people in Korea are estimating, the news is already putting out like, oh, it's already at 88 million won, it's already at 65K or something. And people are like feeling FOMO, should I get in? But a lot of people in the coin community are saying like, once it hits 100 million won, the Korean won, people are gonna go crazy. They're like, holy shit, when did Bitcoin become?
In, and then that's the time to get out.
Yeah.
And someone just commented, SMH, you all will lose every penny.
You will lose every penny? Oh my god. Should I cash out now? I'm in, so let's go to the moon, yes. But we're both invested in crypto.
Yes.
It's very rare to actually see a female investing in crypto. I don't know anybody around me.
None of my friends really do it.
Yeah, it's very rare. So how did you even get into it in the first place?
I just started. I got really interested during COVID time for some reason. I just was watching again YouTube content, and then I was just like, let me just invest now. When it was like really low. Well, I got in really low, and then I was like, oh, it's actually making money. So obviously, don't go in when it's like at the all-time high.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea. But I went in, and I was like, that's like, because when when you start investing, you don't put up much in. So you feel like I don't have much to lose. And then it's like, I went in at the really low price, and then it was just like, oh, this is how you start investing. And then obviously, like stocks and everything, you get more opened up into all these things. I think it's good to be financially aware.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people say Bitcoin is a scam, cryptocurrency is a scam, or whatever.
People have different views on this.
Yeah, you can have different views on it, but the thing I do not tolerate is hearing from people who hasn't even searched Bitcoin on Wikipedia. So they don't know the technology behind it. They don't know the history behind it. They don't know anything about it, but they heard someone lost this much money, like, you know, it's a scam. And they're like, I'm never touching that. That's just pure ignorance. Like, I'm not, no offense, but like, I'm not gonna
like when the internet first started becoming a thing, they're like, this is a scam. Like, nobody's gonna use this.
I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist or anything. But like, I just like to see how the technology and like how the human race is advancing in terms of like currency. So like I think it's a very good thing to know about in general, even if you're not investing in it, like how the world is going. Like the trend right now is AI, right? Like Nvidia
Yes.
and everything,
Yeah.
and virtual reality with the what do you call them, the eyeglasses or whatever.
Oh my god, wait. Yaya Young, he's a skincare Korean influencer. He just said $5. Thank you. Can both of y'all say hamburger?
I'm only gonna say half because you only gave to Anna's. You say hamburger.
Because this is a joke between me and him. Because
Okay.
he was so fascinated with my British accent. He was like,
Hamburger.
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 Anyway, thank you. How you doing?
So Catherine, thank you for the PayPal. Yes. Wait, I missed your message, but thank you for the $15. Pizza, I'll read it later. Thank you.
Spliff says, I've never met someone who has converted crypto money into real or practical money.
Oh,
Someone
you'd
else
be
says,
surprised.
Sometimes scam makes money too.
I literally have people who have just retired.
Yeah.
I know 3 people around me that are real people that are not very close, but I know them. And they have all retired from Bitcoin.
Yeah, and I know a girl from my university, she made a decent amount of money on Bitcoin. And I also met a girl who was with this guy who literally became a Bitcoin millionaire.
Yeah.
And she was dating him, yeah.
Bitcoin,
And also, even me, I've paid for my trips, like my flights to LA with the earning I earn from Bitcoin. So as long as you don't get too greedy and like as when you buy in at the right time, yes, it can definitely make you money. And whether you believe it, this is like is Bitcoin a real thing? Is this like a real currency? Whether you believe in that or not, okay. But yes, there is space to like the money to be made. Of course, there's also money to be lost as well.
I mean, at this point, all the skepticism has all gone away because basically, the United States has approved Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's in our ETF.
The ETF has launched,
Yeah.
and that means the SEC, the stock market, and all the big game money, like the big money, BlackRock, Fidelity, JP Morgan, all those companies have approved Bitcoin. So who else do we need approval from? You know?
You should read that comment, Henry Tepp. It's still a speculative trade. The main thing about crypto is understanding how money works and what decentralized versus centralized currency means. Also, the Korean stock market is not that great. I mean, that is true.
Yeah, that's why a lot of Koreans go to the Korean the cryptocurrency market rather than the Korean stock market because we have a thing called BOXP. So the Korean stock market, like Nasdaq or like Nasdaq, our short abbreviation is KOSPI, KOSPI. We call it BOXP because it never gets out of this box for like 10 years. So people are like, it's boring. We should invest in the S&P 500, and we have better hedging materials like Bitcoin assets. So yeah, people just don't like the Korean stock market. Actually, there are a lot of scam companies in the Korean stock market, so it's very volatile and not healthy. But yeah, I think.
That's why do US stocks.
Yeah. But by now, I think Bitcoin is like a approved global asset. It's going to replace gold already. I think it's going to replace gold.
It's the best performing asset of the decade.
Yeah.
If you consider from like 2012, it's the best performing asset. So if you had bought it for like whatever the price it was back then, you'd be a bloody like several times millionaire by this point.
I mean, like, don't invest in it if you don't want to, but at least go read its like what do you call it, the white paper, like from Satoshi Nakamoto. That's just brilliant, you know, like how the technology behind it, the blockchain and like the validators and like the whole, you know, ecosystem around it, how the reward system through like mining and all that kind of stuff, it's just brilliant, like technology wise.
Yeah, well, I agree with David. For people who like they've just heard like, oh, Bitcoin is a scam, it's not like a real thing, and they just like dismiss it. It's like, but like, yeah, being ignorant is not like you have to actually like understand and try to, if you don't know something, try to actually like do research and try to like figure out knowledge about it. You have to try to educate yourself to at least understand what it is, what it does, and just being like, no, I don't understand it, so I'm just never gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have a MacBook charger?
I have a MacBook.
Yes, thank God.
Yes, but
So yeah, someone's asking how to cash it out. I mean, it's like when you buy stocks, you buy stocks on whatever app you use. There are several like Coinbase or like those kind of platforms for crypto.
yeah.
So that's how you do it.
I don't think Bitcoin's ever going to become an actual currency. It's just going to become, it's already become assetified. I think digital currency is going to actually be made by the governments. There's a thing called CBDCs. So the governments are still going to control currency, but Bitcoin is just going to be like a hedging asset against inflation. And I think it's the best protection right now. It's proven to just go up because like the supply is always limited as 21 million 2,100만 개. Yeah.
And for me, like obviously,
210 million.
I mean, it's like at an all-time high, and yes, it's probably going to go higher than this, but it comes in cycles, like the stocks as well. So I know there's going to be like a dip.
Yeah.
I know, because when like we have the whales, the big guys who hold the most in the space, when they cash out, it's like then it always like, takes a massive dip. But still, like I'm not gonna sell. Like I still think it's like a really, really long-term investment. So I'm gonna hold. I'm not gonna sell everything.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm thinking of cashing out this time.
Everything?
I think so. Yeah, but a lot of people say it's going to go to like 1 million and stuff in like 10 years. It might.
I
Like
think
the math
it's a
proves
long-term
it's going to go into
investment
the
for
1
me,
million.
so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sell everything.
Yeah. So people say I got a super chat. Let me just check it out for real quick. M, thank you. Are any Koreans boycotting Coke or Starbucks as a way to show support for Palestine? Honestly, no. Because Coke and Starbucks is just a way too global brand. It's like daily thing. We have a Starbucks every single corner. Like people just, it's their daily go-to place. Coke is like in every single, family, what do you call it? Fast food restaurant.
And it's like but no Koreans I think are aware. It's not been in the news. It's like these companies are in support of Israel. Like nobody in Korea knows about this. Only people who are like perpetually online and maybe consuming English content will know about this, but otherwise nobody knows. And like I'm like, yes, I see on TikTok and whatnot that I see all the comments like boycott Starbucks, but also like yes, it's still a huge company.
Yeah.
Are you all in America? Are you all actually boycotting Starbucks? Is that what's happening? Or it's just like a few select people on the internet? There are still plenty of people who are like, going to Starbucks and the other supporting Coke and yeah, that's just not. It's just like you only see like a small certain percentage of the online internet. So
anyways, yeah, going back to the crypto talk, it's been pretty crazy here in Korea. Like the youth has seen a lot of blood from investing a lot of their money into it in like 2017. I was one of them. I was one of the dumb sheep.
Tell your story. Like this was back in
2017. Yeah, I gained a lot of money. I first started investing through. I won a video contest. That's when I first touched my like couple $1,000 when I was in college. I was a broke college student. I won a video contest. I got like $5,000, and I was like, where should I spend this money with? I never got like $1,000. And then I learned about, and then I like searched about investing, like how to make more money. And that was my first, encounter. And then I put it into JYP because Twice debuted back then, and I loved them. I thought like Twice is gonna be like the group. It was when UA came out and like TT came out, and they were just like making massive waves. And I was like, as a fan of K-pop, this is going nowhere but up. So I put all my money in JYP.
First rule of investing, you have to diversify. You can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yes, but there's a thing called first man's luck.
Luck. It's like gambling.
It's like gambling. And JYP has gone up 800% ever since my initial investment.
But you sold before that.
I sold out at the 200% point.
But still, at least you made money. You didn't lose money. Yeah,
and all I was doing in class, it was my last, last year in college. I wasn't really focusing that much. I was like day trading, and then I doubled. I like kind of quadrupled my money there. And then the Bitcoin frenzy came. I put in all my money on Bitcoin too. And then it was just going up every single day, like 10%.
So it was a crazy time. That was like crazy. When it was literally going to the moon.
Yeah, you just like an episode is I earned so much money that I invited all my friends I was so naive, okay? Like
he needed to be humble,
Yeah,
which he did, but
I know.
he was being like all braggy, like, oh, I'm raking it in.
yeah, I just doubled my money then, and then I never touched that amount of money. I invited all my friends to my basement room where I was filming DKDK TV with Danny, and I was like, okay, let's eat some Chinese food, and then they were like, what's the occasion? I'll let you guys know. And then I let them order all the course meals and like all the Chinese, you know, the drinks and stuff, and then they were like, this is all on me. And I was like, then like, why? And then I'll show you. So how much is this? And then they were like, I think it's like about $200. Okay, $200?
I
Okay.
got this.
Look at my app. And then I was into Ripple back then. So I was like, behold. And I said buy. I went in. And then after 10 seconds, I sold and I earned $300.
Oh
and I was
my
like,
God, that's insane.
yeah, I was like, here you go, here's your meal, and I got $100 more.
So he was acting all arrogant and all.
I
and
know.
Then how much you said you earned enough to buy like a Porsche, Lamborghini?
Hey, that's confidential. That's confidential. So, anyways, yeah, I earned enough to get a Porsche, and I thought this was my
Ticket out.
And then I thought it would go into
Do you remember which
moon.
day it crashed?
No. Oh, I do, because it's a very significant moment for Koreans. But anyways, I was at that level, and then I thought it would just go up, because like it was basically like copy paste my money.
That's insane.
Yeah, and then there was this one day. There's this guy called. It was like he's like the SEC figure. Like he's like the Treasury Minister of Treasury or something. He came out and suddenly did a press conference, and he said cryptocurrency should be banned in Korea. And then by that day, it went
tanked?
down like 29%.
Oh, but this was just in Korea?
Yeah, and then Korea led the crash.
Really?
Yes.
And then everyone else followed?
Yes, because Korea was so crazy back then. Korea was leading the market. We had something called a kimchi premium. It still exists.
Yeah, it still exists.
Back then, the kimchi premium, I'm not kidding, was 40%. So Bitcoin and all the crypto assets were up to 40% more expensive than the global assets.
Really?
Yes. Like 40% for a lot of like the most exaggerated ones, but like 10%, 20%. So a lot of people were just who had American citizenships, they were buying Bitcoin in US, like Coinbase, current exchanges, and sending them over to Korean and cashing them out, like, and getting 20% profit. So that was how wild it was back then. And then, like, because all the youth were just putting all their life savings into cryptocurrency, and there's
taking out loans even.
Yeah, no regulations at all.
Yeah.
It was getting out of control. So I understand why the Minister of Treasury had to do that kind of thing. But he did not predict the backlash of it. So once he came out and said that press conference, he was like, we are going to regulate cryptocurrency trading, and then it just tanked, and then the global market tanked as well, and then at that time I was like, oh.
And how fast does it crash? Like literally seconds?
You can't even process thinking.
Were you actively watching the chart as it crashed?
Yeah.
And maybe say it crashed like 20%. Do you think like maybe I should just sell here before it gets any worse, and then you just keep holding, like, or it just goes all the way down to the bottom?
We were all, we learned every single day it only goes up. So
that's what they were used to.
Yeah.
Every day they didn't think about the downside.
Exactly. Every single day it goes up 5%. Even if it goes down 1%, it springs back up 10%, 10%. I'm only like making money, and then one day it goes like 29%. This is weird, but still I made a lot of money. I can handle this. It's gonna go up again. Next day it goes down 29% again. I was like, I already lost 50%.
But you still don't think to sell because you still have hopium. You call it hopium.
Yeah. I'm still above like my initial investment, and then it goes down. It goes like to 80%, and then I lose all hope, and I'm like, okay, I need to at least get my initial investment, and then I like cut loss. And that was my biggest mistake, because back then I did not study about Bitcoin. I did not know its intrinsic value. If I had known,
you would have just held.
I would just hold, yeah. But that's my lesson.
So if you had still held on into that initial,
I would be in a Porsche 911 right now.
But the thing with it's like, I mean, same with stocks as well. To be honest, you can't predict the future of anything in life, so you can't predict the future. But always when you look back on like what you've done, you're like, oh, I should have held on. Oh, I should have sold right then. You always regret the thing that you didn't do.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, it was crazy back then. Everyone was taking loans. Like, students
That's
were
insane.
stealing their mom's money and putting it in.
And then everyone lost in the big crash.
Everyone lost. And nowadays, a lot of my friends
Have PTSD.
and I'm telling them, like, it's at 100 million won already, and they're like, I don't care. I'm not looking towards that list. So a lot of the dumb money is not coming in. The new retail money is not coming in.
And also, I mean, there was like also that thing with the big Luna. It was it was by a Korean founder. It was basically, that was a scam. Yeah, and people lost big money on that. Wait, hold on, I got super chats. Thanks, M, for the $5. Have you seen the movie Dolphin starring Yuri from Girls' Generation? Don't think so. I don't watch. I'll look it up and then maybe I'll check it out and get back to you next week. Dolphin.
And Linda, thank you for the 20 USD pizza. Yes, thank you. So after that, I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, did you answer that?
Wait. Someone gave me Hong Kong $20.
Oh, you're going to Hong Kong.
Thank you,
so
Hong Kongies.
that might be useful. Yeah.
Yeah, carry on your story.
So yeah, after that, I learned my lesson. I learned that hodling, holding on for dear life, is the best strategy ever if you believe in Bitcoin's value.
If you believe in whatever you're investing in, then just holding is
exactly. That's what Warren Buffett does. Hold on for like 10 years. But after that, I learned that right now, like, I'm very comfortable with my position. Even if it goes down and up, I'm still up there, like in the 200%, 100%. So I don't care. Like 20% is like nothing to me. So. Yeah. But I will have to cash out at one point. So I think.
When is that time?
Yeah, I think over when it hit, I'm gonna cash out 50% when it hits 100K USD. So.
Do you think that's gonna happen soon?
Yeah, it's gonna be like in a few weeks.
Do you think so?
Not 100K, like 100 million won in Korean won. That's gonna happen first, and 100K is gonna come within this year or early next year.
Yeah, within this year maybe.
Yeah. But then Wall Street, like CNBC, everybody's gonna say like Bitcoin has gone through the roof, like 100K.
Like literally the grandmas will start joining.
Yeah, it's gonna go up to 200K, 1 million, and then people are gonna start like, you're gonna miss the train. Like this is gonna be, you're gonna be left out.
Henry says, it's true, I'm up over 400% on NVIDIA. I'm holding his key. I don't have NVIDIA stock, but I very much wish I did. Do you have?
I don't have NVIDIA.
Yeah, but I wish I did.
Yeah.
I think that also an NVIDIA stock that went up over like 800% over the past year or something. It's insane.
Like NVIDIA, right now it's going up because of ChatGPT and the AI boom. Like, AI is going to be the key factor for the future. But back then, like a while ago, the reason NVIDIA pumped up so much is because of Bitcoin, essentially, because of like the graphic cards they required for like the mining and stuff. Like if you went to Yongsan, like, which is like the electronics market here in Korea, we could not get a grasp of a single graphic card because of all the miners were all like, stockpiling all the graphic cards. So to buy, like retail, just users of PCs, if they just want to install their own PC, they need a graphic card, right? People couldn't buy graphic cards. They were up 400% in price. So people were like complaining about like the Bitcoin investors and miners and all that. So yeah.
It's gambling like Las Vegas. Win big and lose even bigger. David needs to diversify his portfolio a little.
Oh, I have a.
He has several. He doesn't just have Bitcoin. Me too.
You want to hear my portfolio?
I was asking. I'm very curious to hear some of his portfolio. So you have Bitcoin, which is the main big daddy of crypto, and then you have something called altcoins, which are the alternatives to Bitcoin. So the main one is like Ethereum. Other ones, like obviously you hear about like Dogecoin in the news, but those are like kind of meme. Yes, those are kind of shit coins. They don't have any value, but there's money to be made because it pumps. If you know when the correct time to sell, then you could make. Like there were Dogecoin billionaires, millionaires.
Shiba Inu is up 90%.
Yeah, and Bitcoin and shit like this.
Shit coins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely you have to have a lot of Bitcoin ETH as a basic.
Yeah, basic.
And then you go into like the other, like we call them metas. So you have like narratives. There's like the game narrative, AI narrative, layer 2, all that kind of stuff. So you have to disperse your portfolio into those
Yeah.
coins. So I'm not gonna give any like names
No
because
financial advice
people are
here.
gonna invest. So no, I don't think people are gonna invest with
No,
my
I mean,
advice,
everyone do your own research, and like
Yeah.
there are some people who just don't invest at all. Like, and some of my like, especially like girlfriends, girls don't really do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm always telling them like, yeah, I don't want to go shopping. I'd much rather like buy a stock or buy some crypto because that's much more beneficial for me in the future. And I'm like, do you invest? And they're like, no, I don't know how to do that. I'm just like, yeah, but like, do you want to go broke over time? Like, do you want inflation to catch up to you? You have to invest. And this is like,
They don't
this is,
understand now. But
Yeah,
once it
nobody
goes to
understands now.
100K and the news starts saying, like important people come out saying like Bitcoin, it's probably gonna hit 1 million, and in the future, if you don't have it, you'll regret. This is gonna be your like retirement pension. And then once they hear that, they're gonna be like, oh, maybe I should go in right now. It's not too late. And then your
no,
friend,
it's too late.
that's called the human indicator. So it's the most accurate indicator of when to sell. And when your friend, the aforementioned girlfriend that knows nothing about crypto, comes on asking one day, so which coin should I buy?
I actually know when is the right time, the indicator time. I saw this on X, on Twitter.
Okay.
They said the last time when it was like the peak of the cycle, the all-time high, the biggest indicator was Coinbase was the number one downloaded app on the App Store.
Oh.
That is the indicator.
Yeah, there are multiple indicators.
Yeah.
So a lot of people use Google Trend too. Like if you type in Bitcoin, there's like amount of volume people search.
Yeah.
If that peaks, there's like coin communities, and there you can see the real-time, users. If that peaks, or like you can see crypto YouTubers if they get like millions
Millions
views.
of views, yeah.
And like people around you, like your grandma, your mom,
Yeah.
or like people who are not interested in crypto at all, start asking about crypto. They usually say you have like a 2-week window from that, and it's gonna go, because you need the 2 weeks for the dumb money to come in.
Yeah.
And then the what do you call them, the real banks and like the investment funds, they all like pull out using your money.
Yeah, the whales. And
So.
J Bro, that's not the J Bros. That's must be.
Oh, he's my friend. David.
Oh, okay.
이가 예쁘게.
I was thinking of the J Bros, like my friends. Yeah, no. Thank you, GGPP, for the Hong Kong $100.
Wow.
Thank you to all the Hong Kongies. I'll make the most out of being in your city in a few days' time. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but I'm talking about in general in investing, and not just Bitcoin, but like whoever like. When I first started learning into investing, my only wish was like I should have just started this way sooner, years ago. Even if it's just $10, like $10 a month you can put away and just invest, then your money will grow over time.
Right.
Instead of me just like crapping it away on just like stupid stuff I don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, I wish I just just whatever the amount is, you can just, as long as you start like today, immediately, I think it's better. Instead of just like waiting around and being like, I don't know much, I think I might lose money, so I'm not gonna do it. Like,
Yeah.
no.
I kind of hate my parents in that matter, because they were always super like, they always pursue stability.
My dad is the same.
Yeah,
doesn't.
I think a lot of Korean parents are like our parent generation.
Yeah, my parents' generation, that he's just like stability. You just save up. You just
Yeah.
scrimp. Don't do dangerous investments.
Right.
Just save. Whereas compared to like,
I think it's because they went through the IMF.
yes,
and-
they're very wary of like investing.
And
like,
also the Lehman Brothers, the crash,
Yeah.
the subprime mortgage,
Yeah.
and they saw all of that.
yeah, they
and
don't want to risk anything.
Yeah, and also back then in their age, like in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
the interest rate from the banks, it was like 8%, even up to
Yeah,
10%. So
yeah.
they could actually accumulate money from
Yeah,
the banks.
yeah.
So saving was the best option for
Yeah,
them.
just
Like,
save your money. Don't spend too much, and
yeah,
just be sensible.
get a stable job.
Yeah.
So my parents always preached that too,
Yeah.
and they were always like, I know a lot of friends and family that crippled their lives because
Mm.
of the stock market, never get into the stocks, never invest. But actually, in hindsight, that was terrible advice.
Yeah.
That was terrible advice.
Yeah, my
And
dad is the exact
I
same.
thought like as a kid, like your whole universe is your parents, right?
Mm.
And you think your parents are the most wise people in the world, but once you come out into the world,
And then you do
know.
your own research on stuff.
Yeah, I was like, Mom, you should have saved the money for sending me to math academies
There are people now who are like, when their babies are newborn, they're like, okay, I buy you 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Their parents do that, and then this is your investment for your university.
Yeah, I buy you 1 Tesla stock.
Yeah.
I buy you 1 Apple
And that's
stock.
so smart.
Yeah, that's way smarter than sending me to a math
Hard
academy.
one, yeah, yeah, I really agree. I think probably if I have kids, then I think I will try to do something like that too. But yeah, like this is how like rich people only get richer because they invest. You know, rich people don't like just spend their money on just like, especially you know how we talked about designer stuff on KPC, but stuff for designer luxury stuff is actually for the poor, like for the middle class, because that is just like a status symbol. Like you want to appear rich, want to be appear, but like rich people actually spend their money on investments that will grow their wealth, whether it's property, real estate, or like stocks, other stuff.
Yeah.
They spend money to grow their wealth, whereas people who don't know how to spend their money, they will just buy cars, Rolex. Well, Rolex is an investment, I guess, but like you know, but like luxury stuff that actually like decreases in value.
Yeah.
So yeah, like our parents, like they're not like, yeah, if you come from a family who are like super financially well aware about this kind of thing, then obviously you're gonna learn that stuff.
Right.
Like Taylor Swift, like both her parents were like in finance. They were both like investors and stuff. So she already had such a good.
Right.
And she has accumulated so much wealth, but I'm sure she has so many properties, investments.
Exactly.
Yeah, the rich only get richer because they know what to do with their money.
Yeah. There's even a conspiracy theory saying the rich people in capitalism, they make everything, right? The infrastructure and all the narratives. So they're the ones that are actually making the education system teach about like diligence, hard-earned money, like sweating and doing labor, and you know how that creates like a stability, like stable income, and you know getting a stable job and all that kind. They promote that because they know
that's gonna keep everyone.
That's gonna keep everyone in the.
Yeah.
They need a labor class, and then they're the bourgeois, you know, and the owners of the companies and CEOs. So yeah, there's a conspiracy theory on that, and I kind of agree.
Yeah.
You know, like it's very weird that nobody, like your end goal as an adult is sustaining yourself, and in capitalist society you need to earn your own income and money, right? But it's very weird if you think about like that's one of the most important things in life. You know, there are like life lessons and about happiness and all, but earning money is like a big chunk of your life, but nobody teaches that in school. In education system. That's
it's
absent.
insane. It's actually insane.
Yeah, so I think there is some kind of gatekeeping.
Yeah,
from, like,
definitely gatekeeping, which is why it's so important for you to actually go out into the world and like consume this content for yourself in your own time.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should start a finance channel.
I just don't know why there isn't a finance subject in school.
Yeah, it's the most important thing you'll be needing in life.
Yeah, I don't understand.
They just teach like science and like all this stuff. Yeah. I think I do agree, and this is also why your company as well, who you keep around you, is also super important, right? Especially if it's not your parents who haven't taught you this kind of stuff, then the people you hang around with, you'll get very influenced by your peers, your group. If everyone's just like, oh, let's just go spend it on like whatever, like blah blah blah, of course you're gonna be doing that too.
Yeah.
And whereas if you people have like very smart, they know what they're doing, then you obviously want to be around those kind of people too.
It's very important who you surround yourself with, and it's very important for like having mentors.
Yes.
Who have like this is a very painful thing to say, but like whenever my mom, I kind of like lashed out on her. Like my mom was saying a lot of bad stuff about my finances and my lifestyle and like stock investment, Bitcoin or whatever.
But she doesn't understand it.
She doesn't understand. But she's always like, whenever I start a business, like do a business and stuff, like, you know, businesses are risky. You'll never succeed with that. Like there's so many internet shopping malls out there. Like, I know a friend.
It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. Like, I have lived your own life, double your life, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm always like, all due respect.
Yeah.
I want to take advice from a person who has actually made it.
Yeah.
You know, like. You're my mom and I respect you in that matter, but you haven't financially succeeded, you know, like that's why I'm not struggling or anything. I'm very thankful for what I have, but I want to make a living for myself in a better way as well, and also take care of you when you're old. So this is why I'm grinding. So I think you should show a little bit of respect towards that. But she's like, no, that I don't need that. I have my own pension. You should go get a normal job. I get so stressed whenever I hear that.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
They say don't take advice from someone whose life you don't envy. So
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So guys, yeah. If you could, for those of you watching, this has kind of turned into like a finance
Alright.
thing. But yeah, investing is not. I don't think it's like an option. You should like it's essential in this economy, in this day and age. Your money is not gonna with inflation, the value just decreases over time. So yeah, especially when you think of like when you're older, do you want to be grinding like saving away for so you have to invest.
Yeah.
It's really important. And then that's why when I also started watching YouTube was like Graham Stephan. He started in real estate. Now YouTube is earning him millions of money, millions of dollars. And he was like he became famous because he was like known as this guy who was like he's a millionaire, but he's the cheapest guy ever. On coffee, he's like make like 33-cent coffee at home. He's like ripping on other people's lifestyles. Like, why is this girl spending like every day going to Starbucks? Like, yeah, he was like ripping. That's why it was really funny. But then that kind of like shocked me because like we don't really have people like that. Like especially like really rich people who are just like really like showing you the importance of like saving and like not crapping away your money.
Yeah.
Especially in Korea, I feel like it's slightly different. Like people think like, oh, if you're really rich, you have to spend. Like you have to show off your wealth. You can't be cheap and like this stuff like this. But he was like, no. Like seriously, like even if you're rich, you have to be really aware of where your money is going, all of this stuff. So that really kind of like shocked my thing, and that's when I really started taking it seriously.
Yeah, once really influential and like people who actually made it start telling you this kind of advice, it really hits you hard, and you can take that advice. It has credibility because you've seen the result of it. You're watching it. And at Fences, not everybody has the luxury of having a mentor, but nowadays everyone's on YouTube. You can have a virtual mentor.
There's so much like a good advice online. There's no excuse.
There are
not to
books
know.
too. Like just read about autobiography of Warren Buffett. Actually, he doesn't have a single autobiography, but there are a lot of biographies on him. So like just know the lifestyle of Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, or whoever. Just set one role model and just benchmark that person's lifestyle.
There's no excuse to not have this knowledge. I think it's really just no excuse.
Anyways, there's
someone
people.
kept us saying like, imagine if you invested in Hype back then, pre-New Jeans / Le Seraphim. I think the Hype stock was at its peak when they sold their Hype stocks. They knew that was like the highest it will ever be. Otherwise, they would still hold it. I think
they could have had their own reasons, but yeah.
Like most of the BTS boys sold their Hype stock. So when the massive shareholders sell, that's
they probably like. Okay, this is all allegedly and inside my head. Okay, Delulu. They're like at a table and they're discussing. So when are you going to the military? And I'm like, okay, maybe next year. So let's do these promotions. Maybe do top some Billboard charts, like 3 promotions, world tours, and go. Okay, like that's gonna be okay next year. So military is a big thing. You gotta discuss and So okay then, and then they go and like, okay, maybe I should liquidate my assets.
Yeah, when it's at its all-time high, just take it out.
I know my value as BTS, I mean,
I would have done the same thing. So.
But with the success of Le Seraphim and New Jeans, right now, it's not looking good. So yes, when RM sold,
RM Jin
was indeed
a lot of the boys sold.
Was indeed the peak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like I said, entertainment companies are not so good as an investment.
Entertainment is not good because their assets are literally humans. And humans are unpredictable.
We don't know what can happen.
And they're not trustworthy. Whereas products.
Yeah, if a company like Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft.
You know, iPhone's gonna stay like at least for a couple decades. So.
And like S&P 500, just like the ETFs, is a much safer investment because it's like a lot of stocks all combined together. Anyways,
we talk too much about money, but I guess
I think they liked it.
This is valid talk
it's
because
really valuable.
It's a once in a 4-year topic. Because Bitcoin has peaked right now.
I just hope I can sell at the right time.
I'm telling you, when Subini comes. I'm just joking, but coincidentally, this is a secret to Subini. last time in the last cycle, it was like a mid cycle. It wasn't that high, but when the cryptocurrencies were pumping and all, and we were doing Naked Soul Live or whatever, and Subini was like a host guest. I was talking a lot to her on a daily basis, and then she suddenly called me in the middle of the night, and I was like, "Oh, what's up? This is new." And then she was like, "David, can you tell me some advice about like crypto and like what do you think of Chainlink?" And
she bought Ada.
Yeah.
Cardano.
Yeah, Cardano and all. I was like, yeah, they have their nice like 3rd gen coins, like they're ETH killers, blah blah blah. And then I gave her all that knowledge back then, and because I was like, oh, I felt good, like teaching some stuff to like a newbie coming in.
He was being his arrogant self.
But then, coincidentally, just in a week or the day after, it started tanking. The whole crypto market started tanking, and I was like, looking back, when I got that call from Subini,
that was the indicator.
No offense, Subina, but that was just a coincidence.
So that's when, it's just like the randos, like people who have no interest in this kind of thing, when they start becoming interested, that's okay, this is like everyone's attention is on this. That is the time to
I need to tell her on this actual podcast episode and confront her. I wonder if she's still hodling.
I think probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't think she went in that much.
No, it would have been that, Anyway, was this fun for you guys? If people are saying good conversation, more tips, please.
Okay.
It's a good topic.
The best tip.
Oh, by the way, I said last week I tried to go in for the lottery for the Gangnam apartment.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't get it. Nobody knows who got those 3 apartments. But I knew this was going to happen. My entire family did it. Subini also did it. None of us won. So there you go. No 20 million for me.
Why waste your time?
It didn't take that much time. It's just like a hopium. Like maybe I'll
like
get it.
Like buying lottery.
Maybe I'll get it. But no $20 million for Anna. No.
Even if you bought it, how would you afford that?
Yeah, you have
loan?
to. Yeah, the deposit for the loan is insane. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, I would have dealt with the problem if it had been presented to me, but it wasn't even presented to me. So there you go. That's why we have to do stuff like stocks and crypto.
And live streams.
YouTube.
PayPal. Oh, perfect timing here. Link in description. PayPal. Send some money, please, for my lunch. Help a person out here.
And what are your thoughts on Otani being married? Well, I've also lost hopium on that because it's no longer an option for me. Like, not that it was ever an option for me, but it's definitely not an option for me anymore.
Oh, yeah. But since people want advice,
what other financial
I'll just give you 2 advices. Like my David Kim's ultimate financial advice.
Okay, listen up.
Number 1, better yourself. That's number 1. Like
what do you mean by that?
Improve yourself. Invest in yourself.
Oh,
That's the number 1 advice, because if you want to get into investing and stuff, you always need something called seed money.
Yeah, seed money.
Yeah, it's the initial amount of money you put in.
Yeah.
And also like more than seed money, you need to like keep on investing, right? You need to, like, you're saving 10%, 30% of your
salary.
Salary is the same thing. So you need to have a nice stable income, which can be salary or freelance or business or whatever. So improve yourself, upgrade your value, and then you'll have a foundation to invest. That's number 1. So never try to think of investing as your job. Like, I've seen so many people fail in day trading and like becoming full-time investors. Unless you're like a genius and you work in Wall Street, don't do that. Invest in yourself. And number 2 is the stock market and Bitcoin cryptocurrency market has like millions and thousands of like, companies to invest in and all those kind of stuff. If you're a novice and if you just want like, to accumulate some kind of income. Yeah,
then S&P 500.
Yes, just
that's what Warren Buffett did.
S&P 500. Yeah. It's never failed for a century.
Yeah, never ever.
Yeah, it's just basically betting on America.
It's better than your savings account, the interest that you'll get on your savings account. But it's not going to have huge growth like Nvidia or Bitcoin does. But it will definitely just, your money, if you just put a little bit each month, it will just grow over time.
Yeah. So per year, the the average median growth of the S&P 500 is predicted to be like around 8% to 14% per year annually. So that outperforms most of the Wall Street traders. So if you just put your money in the S&P 500 and just put it on for eternity, as long as America is strong, like your money's gonna go up.
If it's something happened like the Great Depression,
I don't know. Then you're in bad luck.
But then the whole world economy tanks.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Wait, how much tax is on crypto in your country? We have 30%.
We have none yet.
We have 0.
Yeah,
that's the thing. A party until next year.
Until next year.
So this is why it's super good. It's even better than stocks because we have no tax.
That's why I'm thinking of cashing out this year.
Okay. Yeah, on stocks, we definitely have tax, but on crypto right now, Korea doesn't.
And there's a political thing behind this too, because the government has been talking about taxing crypto so much because it's like easy money, you know,
like free
copy paste.
Money.
And so they want those taxes, but because the crypto population has grown so much in Korea, and like the influence is crazy among the youth. The youth is everything nowadays. Like their opinion matters. So the politicians on both sides are 눈치ing. They're like, you know, they don't want to trigger the youth, which are highly invested in crypto. So they're like, they've been postponing the taxing law for year after year, and it's been postponed for like 5 years already. And even this year, the politicians from both parties came out saying like, we aren't going to tax this year. We'll postpone it for next year because the voting season's coming now. So
and like some people saying crypto isn't a real asset and nothing on investment isn't actually real money until you cash it out. I mean, that's true.
I would agree. Like in crypto, only Bitcoin right now can be considered a semi-asset.
Everything else is
just thin air.
So I mean, that's why you need, ideally the most safe investment you can get is to buy a property, buy a house, because that's like an actual tangible thing that will grow in value usually over time.
Unless Kim Jong-un nukes Seoul.
But property is the best performing asset. Like I had a friend who was like in New York as a student in the 90s, and he was like, there were like some rich Chinese international students who were buying apartments then, and because obviously they could, and it's just like buying in the 90s compared to just the 2010s, their investment of buying a New York apartment over time, they would have literally multi-millionaire just from that investment. So this is why you need the seed money.
Right. But apparently a lot of like mathematicians and finance people did the comparisons, but apparently the best investment or asset, if you want to call it, in history is the S&P 500. Even real estate can't top the S&P 500.
It's the most safest investment you can ever do.
And also property, actually, if you think about the intrinsic value, it depreciates. Like, you know, the walls, the concrete.
You have to redo it.
You have to renovate and stuff. But like finance, like if you're just in the stock market, it's just like money there. So you can cash out whenever you want. It's very convenient. It always has.
You think of it almost like a bank, like.
It gives you dividends as well. So it's really nice.
Lol.
Don't bet on America now. The kingdom is on the edge. I kind of agree too, but what other bet is there except America?
What else can we do?
I think after I cash out from Bitcoin this year, I think I'm gonna go all in on India. That's my next for real. Like I'm dead serious. I'm gonna send all my money into India ETFs.
Love your outfit. Do you guys know Jackie Chan in your generation?
Are you racist?
Suddenly Jackie Chan? I mean, of course we know Jackie Chan.
Yeah, of course we know Jackie Chan.
I don't think Gen Z would.
Oh yeah, but Jackie Chan doesn't know Kardashians too, so it's the same way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Maria, I think she said she's in finance. If you dollar cost average and you have time, you don't really need to worry about crashes.
Yeah, that's true.
People probably don't know what dollar cost averaging is. If you don't know.
It's just like if you have $10,000, just put in, I guess like allocate maybe 10% each. Like $1,000 on this point, $1,000 next month, $1,000 3 months after, and then just like even if it goes down, you're gonna be like in the middle. Or if it goes up, you're gonna be in the middle. You can earn more. So like just don't go in one bet.
Yeah. Also, I think it's really important in relationships. Obviously, I mean, this is clearly with friendships too, but especially when you're in a relationship and you're planning on spending life together with this person, then your spending styles, your investing styles, how you just treat money. Like, a lot of people don't even talk about money until they get married, which I think is really...
Oh, that's sus.
Yeah. You have to talk about, like, what do you think is, like, an amount to, like, we should be spending or, like, saving or, like, doing this. I think is super important.
Oh, there's a controversy. You know the show I showed you last time, the show I almost went on, Couple Palace?
Yes, I watched some videos.
Oh, did you see the viral clip? Like, someone's getting super bashed. This girl contestant,
I think I saw.
Oh,
yeah,
you saw it?
Yeah, there was a female. So the dating show that David was supposed to go on, but he rejected, which I'm so glad you did because it's an embarrassment. So it's basically like on like live Tinder, I guess. People are just being matched, and this girl was like, she grew up in Gangnam, she comes from a rich family, and like she was matched up with this guy, and he had a good job, he earned decent money, and he was like, but for my first like property house, I don't think I can buy in Gangnam because it's just so ridiculously like in the tens of millions of
yeah, who
expensive.
can buy in Gangnam?
Yeah. So he was like, but for first house property, I think it's somewhere a little bit outside of Seoul, and then her face suddenly was just like, no. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, no, this can't go anywhere. I will only live in Gangnam.
I will only live in...
She was like, I will not consider anywhere else other than Gangnam.
Oh
And the guy was
God.
like, are you living in reality? Like...
Yeah, she needs some
she
humbling.
got a lot of
you know?
humbling by Korean people.
Yeah, but that's wild too. But I saw another clip. Apparently, there's a lot of people like that. So there was another match-made couple, and one person was, I think, a police officer or something. Police officers don't make that much, especially when you're in the lower ranks. And there was this other girl. I don't know what her job is, but then like this show has the premise of like you're gonna get married. You're considered marriage. So they were talking about marriage, and then the girl was like, so how much money have you accumulated yet now? And then the guy was like, oh, I've just started my career, and like I'm only young, so I spent a lot on this and that, and I only have like 20,000 in my bank account, which is kind of low. I admit.
How old was he?
He was like 35 or something.
What?
That is
He has like no money.
I know.
What? You're 35 and you only have 20K.
That is very low.
What did he spend all his money on?
I don't know. Like he's very buff, so he wanted like
No,
physical.
that was a red
That's not
flag
an
on
excuse.
every single level.
I know. But everyone has their own story. He might have been from a very poor family. He studied very hard for the police. Anyhow, like I agree that he doesn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But then the girl's response was like, oh, so you're not ready for marriage. So, okay, that's a valid response. And that clip went viral. So people were like, what did he do until like 35?
Yeah, not
Only
saving.
20K?
Yeah.
And the people, but still the girl's comment is like a little bit rude, you know, if you think about it, in his face, like, so you're not ready for marriage.
Yeah.
But then it was revealed afterwards that her net worth is 10K.
How old was she?
She's in the same age bracket.
Oh.
So people are like, you only have 10K?
Yeah,
and
this is the thing.
There's a guy who has 20K, double your money, and you're saying you're not ready for marriage? Like, why do you have double standards, you know? Like...
Okay, wait, before we talk about this, I just got a quick donation from Rory. Thank you. Watch the documentary The Forecaster, torrented. I will screenshot this and I will do so. But yeah, this is a thing. This is another why we talk about like nobody's getting married in Korea. Girls have this expectation, right? Like guys would at least have like half of the house or like 60% of the house money in cash to buy, ready to buy. Whereas girls, I've heard like, I don't know if this is like I've seen this on like online discourse. 3,000만 won is like the basic, like what the average. How much is 3,000만 won in?
30K.
Yeah, 30K. Girls will only have, by the time they get married, they will only have like 30K to bring in terms of money, and that's not that much, obviously. I don't know what you guys, when you guys get married, like how much each couple decides to bring into buying the house or whatever, but even if an average woman says like, okay, I have 30K in assets, she will still expect the guy to have at least like 10 times more.
Yeah.
She was like, I will not accept anyone. Obviously, she won't even consider a guy that has 30K either.
Yeah.
So...
That is wild. I don't understand the logic there. Yeah. The expectations are so different between a guy and a girl. And somehow it's okay. So, okay, there's a thing called, I don't know how to put this, but if the girl is super attractive and she only has 30K, then the attractiveness itself is an asset, you know.
Yeah,
it's her own value.
Yeah.
So that
she
could
brings
be
to the table.
Yeah, that could be a trade-off.
Yeah.
So if you're like a celebrity level attractive person and you only have 30K in your bank account and the guy has 10 times more and he accepts, then it's a deal.
Yeah, it's a deal.
But if you're just like a normie
average normie.
You bring 30K to the table once you're like 30 something.
Yeah.
People aren't gonna take you seriously.
Yeah. This is why it's like getting married and all this stuff. That's why also like the marriage agencies in Korea exist, because when people sign up, you have to be super transparent. You can't lie about anything. Your income, how much money you have, so you can't lie about anything. So that's why they will be like, okay, considering your age and all your factors, and like considering like just how attractive you are to the other sex and all these factors, I think you will be matched good with this person who has like this kind of income and this kind of asset and so this kind of thing. So.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, and also an age is a factor. Like if the guy is like 10 years older but the girl is like younger, obviously she's not going to have as much money, but she's really attractive and young and wants to get married, then that can also be like part of like getting the marriage happening.
Yeah.
So
I guess those kind of things can level it out.
Yeah.
But if you're neither any of those and you're just a normie, 30K... You know, if you only have 30K, you shouldn't expect higher than that from your other partner as well. So, yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, money shouldn't matter. Stop the standards and just learn to love again.
In this time and era, that's very idealistic to say. I would say even the most generous and even the most humble and nice person would at least unconsciously consider money in the marriage.
I think everyone does. Like, you can't lie.
Course,
like, let's all be really transparent, honest here. You're picking a partner to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to pick if there's two people as your options, you want to pick the person who's more financially literate, more like sensible with their money, has more, rather than the person who has like brings nothing. You know, or they might even have debt. Obviously, you're going to pick the person who has more. You know, it's just
those stories only exist. No, they only exist in movies. You know, like The Notebook. You know, those romanticized movies where, you know, girls are crazy about like the rich girl chooses the carpenter and like the soldier.
Okay,
over
I
like
was on a
love.
cruise once, because this is when I was doing like my music stuff in London. We were on this like really luxury cruise, like on a tour of Asia. We were the performing musicians, so we would do like 2 concerts. It was like we were basically not working. We were just having fun most of the time. And then there was this really, really rich old white man on the boat, and he was like in 60s and 70s, and his wife was this like really attractive, very slim, pretty, like Thai lady. And she was actually, I heard the story, it's like she was working as like one of the like people on the boat.
Yeah.
And then because she was so stunning and young and whatnot, he was like, I think probably divorced and he wanted someone, and then he was like, okay, I'll look after you.
Oh, look after you.
Like, I mean, literally, because if he's like, okay, if you be my wife, then you don't need to be worried about anything. Like, I would like genuinely just look after you.
Wow, that's a Cinderella story.
It's literally a Cinderella story. So like, I just heard from everyone else on the boat, like obviously her family were like, oh, yes, this is your chance to like, you know, you're gonna have a new life. You'll never have like a life like this unless you accept. So that's a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
So but, like if a man is like that much older and he has that much money, then this kind of thing can happen. But if you're kind of if you're like childhood sweethearts or you meet in college, then you're gonna grow together. But still, even when you pick that partner, yes, you're gonna love them for who they are. That person, like the personality, is so important. How you resolve conflict, but like literally the money side is also important.
Of course, it's
you
important.
You can't get married to someone who's just in credit card debt all the time.
Exactly. What matter? Like, how does love matter? What matter is love? I can't speak. But like, love doesn't matter if you can't take care of your loved one. You know, like if your loved one gets in a medical situation and you don't have the bills, can you call that love? No, that's just irresponsible. Yeah, so.
People, let me read some comments. In America, men/women talk about money. The US doesn't have any guideline about bringing money to the table. I mean, there's no official guideline in Korea either, but it's just what you would prefer in a partner. Let's all be really honest here though. you guys all still want like a partner who's sensible with their money, knows how to, you know, invest or whatever, rather than someone who doesn't know anything what to do with their money. You'd obviously much rather prefer that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
We talk about money, but it's not usually a deal breaker. But most people in America are in debt.
Oh yeah, exactly. Here too, Abel. Is it the same person? But like Abel was saying, unfortunately, almost everyone is in debt nowadays.
Like
so
student loans.
yeah, there's a saying. I've seen this in the coin communities. There's a saying that you're in the top 10% if you don't have debt. That's crazy.
If you're just in the green in your bank account.
Yeah, then that makes me in the top 10%.
Yeah, me too then. Yeah.
I feel suddenly good about myself.
But I mean, that doesn't make me feel good.
I know, but
Yeah.
like it's a different perspective.
Yeah, well, that obviously is a different perspective. Yeah.
But there's another different perspective. I've heard from a lot of rich people that debt isn't necessarily bad. Debt can be extreme, like huge leverage on your way to like.
Yeah, they view it like differently. Even
Yeah.
like that's why rich people take out loans and stuff.
Right,
as well.
right. They're like, you know, I saw an interview, like the interest rate from the banks right now. How much is it if you get a loan? Like I think
I don't
some
know.
places would be like 7 to 8%, maybe higher than that. Like I've seen some rich people do interviews saying like, if the bank is willing to give me $1 million for 7% interest, I am 200% confident that I can outperform that 7%. So like that's free money from nowhere. There's no reason to not get that. But like I guess if you get greedy and risky and like you'll lose all that. But if you invest it very smartly in like really safe assets that can outperform 7 to 8%, then you know that's basically what banks do. They get our money and invest it into like assets and so yeah, why not outperform the bank yourself?
Another reason people don't get married and just live together.
What's
I
another
just
reason?
read a comment, Chanma's comment.
Another reason people don't get married and just live together is because of money, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. 100%. My boyfriend makes around the same as I do. Wouldn't date someone who makes much less than me. Yeah. You at least want a partner who's like similar to you, or like if one one's doing a little bit better, then that's good. But yeah, usually women are not willing to date guys who make less than them. Usually, and this is just I've heard like so many watched so many videos about the psychology of this. It's just females were just geared since like the caveman days because we have to bear the children. Right? We have no, but this is stuff that I've seen online. This
Jordan Peterson?
you might no, not Jordan Peterson. You might think it's different now, but anyway, but like it's just biologically, women bear the kids, right? And the guys have to go out and like provide for the family, bring food to the table. So that's why women are always geared to be attracted to males who will be able to provide for them, especially when they're in a compromised, pregnant, or giving birth, or that kind of state.
Red pill.
No, it's not red pill. It's just a simple.
I know. I'm just messing around.
Stop.
I need to check your algorithm.
And it's just what if you ask any female, yeah, they're not really going to want to date a guy who makes less than them, unless you're balling in it. Like there are also several Korean celebrities, female celebrities, who are like in their like upper 30s or 40s. They have like super younger, like 10-year younger boyfriends because they can afford to be the sugar mama. They'll be like, yeah, I just want like a young, like toy boy. Yeah. If I can provide for them, then I'll do that.
I mean, if both sides are okay with that model, then go for it. Like it's the traditional family model. That's how people functioned back then. But nowadays, it's like there's democracy, human rights, capitalism. There's convenience. So things have changed.
Someone says it's the same with height. Yeah, this like girls will generally prefer to be attracted to a male who's taller than them because it feels like sense of protection. He can protect me. Yeah. It's just biology. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow, we did a lot of money talk. Let's skim through the prepared news items and maybe wrap up the show in like a couple of minutes. But yeah, we have a lot of news to cover. Let's skim through it. Yeah, let's.
Which one?
A lot of stupid stuff. I'll go. Yeah, with are virtual idols for real? What is this question? Is this rhetoric or what? So apparently there are a lot of virtual idols nowadays. Sorry. Have you ever seen a virtual idol?
Only online, like the.
Do you think these will be actually popular in the future?
I mean, there are online communities like people like this kind of stuff. So, But mainstream popular, probably no.
I don't know. I think my views are changing now. Like they might become mainstream with all the VR tech and.
No, I still don't. Like, then even if that becomes popular, but then like actual human content will always be a premium. Yeah.
As 3D inside.
Yeah, it's an actual person.
But it's very ironic because if you search up the most earned YouTubers, they're all VTubers.
VTubers, like this, virtual YouTubers?
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
They earn the most money.
Yeah. They get tons of super chats. In terms of super chats.
People give these virtual people super chats?
You've never seen... like...
Really?
Yeah.
That makes me have like hyunta.
These virtual YouTubers earn like tons and tons of money.
What platform is this on?
On YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Is this all Japan?
It's mostly on Japan, but there's Korean too.
It's literally almost all Japan.
but if you see the audience, a lot of people like type in English and stuff like that. So this is tons of money here.
Wow.
That's just crazy.
I mean, their fandom is very like condensed and niche and super concentrated. Well, I mean,
this kind
good
of
for
stuff?
them, I guess. Or whoever makes them, the team. Good for the team. Good on you guys.
God.
I don't understand human psyche sometimes. Anyway.
Yeah. But
I got another PayPal donation.
Me too.
From Genova. Love the lives with David. Thank you.
And thank you, Ross, my favorite, for today's lunch. Enjoy. Thank you for the 50. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you. I need some extra juicy juice today because I got less sleep. Yeah, but virtual idols for real? For real? Yeah, I once interviewed a virtual idol called Maeve. I don't know what they're doing nowadays.
Anna, you need to do VTubers, especially when you're a girl.
Actually, you should try doing VTube, like literally. Like, look at the money they're earning. Did you see that?
No, but but you have to be an anime, what do you mean?
No, you just literally do the same live streams with just a VTuber face on.
Oh, really?
That's it, yeah.
How do you do that?
You just make an avatar and just do it.
What? So it's literally like Mask Girl.
Yeah, just look at this.
Oh, so it's an actual person. It's not like animated.
Yeah, of course it's not. There's a person behind it. You just like, I don't want.
That is insane to me.
Yeah.
Should I?
Yeah, you should do it.
Should I?
Yeah. Make your own avatar.
I'll think about it. Maybe that's an investment.
Okay. But I think
Thank you for giving me ideas.
I think for K-pop, this is gonna be a thing too in the future. Yeah.
VTubers. Okay. Anyway, let's do the
news.
next story.
Okay. Oh, this was one of the titles. So, the court rules against ban on doctors revealing sex of unborn child. So basically, Korea is allowing the doctors to reveal the gender / sex of the child before they're born, like in a certain period. So before it was banned. Did you know that? Did you know that?
People can find out the sex. What do you
They
mean?
can, like after a certain period of time.
Yeah.
After like abortion isn't really an option. You know? Because the reason towards it, you need to know the context. Like people might be thrown off, like why was this banned in the first place? It's because the old Korean society preferred males and sons only. So they aborted. They did aborted. They abortioned. Yeah. Aborted female children. So to prevent that, they restricted by law on not revealing the gender or sex.
Okay, but in the comments, this is the before 32 weeks of pregnancy.
Yeah.
They'll be legally able to find, and people are like, what's so bad about it? Here, people find out at 17-ish weeks. So it's not. Yeah, people just do it everywhere though before 32 weeks.
Yeah. Only in Korea it was restricted.
Oh, okay. So that's why it's significant.
Because like even my grandmas and like the older generation, they prefer men.
Son, yeah.
Yeah, we have a thing called nama 선호 사상. That's like preferring male children over females.
Yeah.
Because traditionally we think there's a word called 출가외인. It's like once the girl leaves the family and gets married to another family, that girl belongs to that family. She's no longer under our family tree. So the man is the one with the bloodline. Like,
And even I have a real life example. So my grandma had 5 kids. I have 2 older aunties. My dad is the 3rd middle child, and then there's another younger brother, and then another female. So he's the 3rd, but he's the first boy because his 2 older sisters were sisters. So and my family, like, they were rich at the beginning, and then my granddad died, so my grandma had to hustle, and the family became less well off. And so she couldn't afford to send the females to university, but she insisted. She's like, your dad has to go. The first boy in the family has to go to university, has to get a good job. And so my dad, he always felt really guilty.
That's the expectations of being the first male child. Son.
He felt always so guilty for his older sisters and his other sisters. Like they couldn't have the same.
That's how it is. You know, I have so many friends, even in my generation, my 2 best friends, they both have 4 older sisters, and the reason why is because they wanted a son. So they tried and tried and tried, and you know, until the end, they got 1 son, and then they stopped.
Yeah.
So that's so common here. Like you'll have so many older sisters.
I feel like these days more people saying I want a girl, because they will also girls more have egg, they will look after the parents more.
That's true.
When boys get married, they just like devote to their wife.
That's true.
They just forget about their parents, whereas girls will always look after.
But regardless, do you want a son or a daughter?
I kind of want like one of each, like how me and my brother had. If I were to have kids, each. Yeah, I think that's the best. One of each.
I want a son. Like I don't want a daughter. A daughter would be adorable. I really want to see what my daughter would look like, and like play with her and stuff. But I just know that the world is too harmful and dangerous for a female. So I know what men are like. And I don't want to put my daughter. I'm just a very overprotective person in nature. And if I had like a precious being that's out of my own presence and so adorable, I would want to like. I know that's toxic, but I would want to like protect her from society. But like men are just too toxic, and I can't put her out in the wild. I can never imagine myself doing that. So if it was a guy, I wouldn't even care. Like if he got out there and like got beaten up and like do shit or whatever. But if it was a girl, like if she imagine her getting a boyfriend, I would like summon the boyfriend to my house, interrogate him, and
Victoria said David's gonna get 2 girls. That will teach him. But I had once like I remember some guy was telling me, this was like a year ago or something. He was saying to me, I want a son, like for sure, but like not because of that reason. He was like, this might be controversial. It wasn't me that said this. He said this.
Yeah.
He was like, I just want a son because in general, like I just know like boys just work harder in their careers, in their fields. Girls grow up. That's why he said. I didn't say this. He said.
That's a
he was
weird
like,
logic.
He was like, I just know I will be able to. I really want to test myself. I want to raise that son to like see how much he will grow as a person. Yeah, that's what he said.
Is he playing like a RPG game or
something?
something?
Like women are like, obviously you have to work too, but it's just like they care more about like the other like makeup or outfits or like this kind of stuff, so they will get more distracted and they work less hard maybe. Blah blah blah. Whereas I really want to. If I have a son, I think I will grow to like the best like human being as ever possible. He was like, that's why I want a son, and I was like, okay.
That's very weird. I think he's playing a game rather than like playing real life. But yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Again, saying I wasn't the one that said that. Someone else did.
As soon as David says, "I want a son," he's destined to have only girls. Is that some kind of jinx or something?
I think a lot of the girls I speak to, if I ask them the same question, of course I want a girl. I want a girl. They want like that, like daughter, mother bond.
Yeah, I mean like.
And boys are hard work.
Just purely raising a child and having the joy of like nurturing and seeing your child grow. I think a girl would give like 2x times more.
They're much more lovely.
Yeah, and how they're like so clingy and friendly to their parents and stuff. That would be so good. But I'm just too like overprotective. Like I'm not ready to put my child out, especially a female child, out there in society where all these monsters and like hideous men are just lurking around to take advantage of her. Like I can't be there to protect her for like eternity, right? So
anyway, let's do the next.
Yeah, okay.
So come on.
Next news, we did Bitcoin, and this is just funny news. Zuckerberg
came to
Korea, and he met the president. I wonder what they said. So apparently he came because like the whole world revolves around AI right now and like computing power.
He just looks such like a robot.
Reptilian.
In every picture.
Yeah, he's an alien. But yeah, because Facebook and Meta is in that field too. Like Korea is the #1 powerhouse for semiconductors.
Yes.
Yeah, excluding like TSMC.
Yeah.
So we have SK Hynix, we have Samsung.
Yeah.
So we're a very big provider, and I think Meta is trying to like strategically get into like good relationships with those things. But it's just funny. It's like a very uncanny, isn't it? Like
it's really weird to see.
It's very weird.
Photo,
yeah. These two people are the worst match ever. Like they have no chemistry. It's like so awkward to see. Like when Bill Gates came, it was kind of okay. Like he kind of simulated.
When did he come? Like,
I think he came a while ago.
Yeah.
But like Mark Zuckerberg he's just weird. He's just odd, you know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that was funny. Okay.
Next one.
Going through the news.
Lizard man came to Korea. Yeah. I didn't know about this.
This is some interesting news. Can you go over it while I go pee for a second?
David needs to pee.
Yeah, I'll just leave this.
I will do the stream. So I didn't actually know about this. So Yeonjin from the Seraphim found herself in the middle of a controversy after she was seen reading a book on a recent episode of a TV show, and it's controversial because the content is related to feminism. Some male-centric online communities are leaving comments and reactions such as, "Is she a feminist? She was a popular member among men, and I deleted Yeonjin songs from my playlist." So what is the actual content of the book? The book she was reading was Breasts and Eggs by Mieko Kawakami. She was seen taking notes on the side of the page. She also carried other books in her bag, including All About Love, How to Understand the World by Nietzsche, Ways of Seeing by John Berger. Okay. They were saying, they're discussing whether she's feminist. They pointed out that Breast and Eggs is about feminism. It vividly portrays the modern female experience in Japan, documenting the personal odysseys of 3 women as they grapple with societal constraints and their own doubts, ultimately striving to carve out lives that resonate with their true selves. Okay, it is a work that it won the Japan's highest literary award, so it's clearly a very good book. This has always been like a thing in Korea. Let me switch back to my thing. Yeah, those male-centric online communities in Korea always get super triggered when a female. This happened with like Red Velvet's Irene, and whenever people make a comment like, "Oh, like as a female, I get nervous to like return home like back at late at night," and then these male communities come attacking them, being like, "You are so like escalating, and Korea's not even like that dangerous. Like, what are you on about?" She was seen reading a feminist book, and male online communities are triggered.
Is this book famous?
I have no idea what the book is.
It's called Breasts and
Eggs. It won
Eggs.
Japan's highest award.
I want to try it now. Breasts and Eggs. Is that egg? Probably.
I have no idea what
the freezing eggs, like those eggs.
Yeah. She broke the cardinal rule. They want her to just sing and look pretty. Yeah. Yeah, that's what some people just want out of all pop stars, to be honest. They don't want any political. They just want them to do their jobs as entertainers.
Right.
Don't get political at all. It is not your space. Just don't say anything and just do your job at entertaining. Yeah.
There was an incident similar to this with Irene. I think.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she read like a
feminist
book or something. So this is an overused. Recurring topic that always surfaces whenever someone reads a feminist book or something, but I'm sure Anna explained it all, but like in Korea, feminism is just equal radical feminism. That's what people think. So there isn't. It's
not equal. It's like they want to hate men. They want to do nothing with men. And,
So people think feminism is the equivalent of radical feminism. That's what's been shown by the media a lot in Korea. What's been presented about feminism, it's always like very toxic, radical feminist, trying to harm men or speaking bad of men.
Don't talk to your dads or your brothers.
Degrading them and stuff like that. So men feminism hasn't been properly introduced to the Korean society, I would say, the constructive ones and the actual like healthy ones. Feminism is all about equality, right? And like that's a value I think everybody just advocates, and it's a simple thing to understand. But like the radical feminism just goes to another level, and their methodologies of like mirroring and attacking men and trying to like, if where there were hidden camera crimes a lot, like in Korea, hidden camera crimes were very well known. So the radical feminists used the mirroring tactic and did like the hidden camera thing on men when they were in the bathrooms, and they were like, you get a taste of your own dirt, and you know, those kind of things. It riled up a lot of people. And just feminism, the word itself became like a very allergic word to the society, I think. And I think nobody can openly go out and say I'm a feminist without like a very...
Yeah, it has a very extreme reaction.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it kind of looks kind of like a hate crime group.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So even though you might be in value a feminist, like nobody would openly say. I don't think it's honestly, I would advise you not to openly say that in Korea, because a lot of men will have a lot of big stereotypes and prejudice upon you. So there's even
it's like a guy coming out saying like, oh, I'm a huge Andrew Tate supporter and a fan.
Yeah, like
it's like that kind of reaction.
Right, exactly. So it's not your fault. Like it's nobody's fault of being a feminist. It's just the Korean society has wrongly adopted the word, and it's now deeply rooted, and it's very hard to change. So like even there like these even little small indicators of being a feminist, right? Like reading these books, or there's some things like some language or whatever, like people put on their profiles and stuff. And I've seen multiple of my friends getting like blind dates, and they receive the profiles and they look through the Instagram and like profiles and stuff, and when they sense like a slight taste or like slight scent of feminism there, like they spot like a certain word or something, they're like,
be like immediately,
I'm not going on.
Yeah, I think it's really like similar to Andrew Tate. Yeah, I really think if a girl goes onto a guy's Instagram and like those are like the types of people he follows or whatever, and it's like, oh, like immediately, yeah, it's a red flag.
Yeah, so I'm not even talking about the incels or the red pill community or the toxic masculine people here. Like all men in general, they have a very allergic reaction to anything feminist. So if they sense like, oh, that person has, you know, some possibility of being a feminist, like I'm just gonna avoid her, you know. That's gonna be the reaction.
And I don't know, I think this is just general vibe. They just think like if you're a pretty like attractive female, they wouldn't really consider you to have these like radical feminists. Like they would just never assume that you are, because as an attractive female, you're gonna get a lot of, you know, men doing nice things for you, blah blah blah. But they just, I think a lot of those male online communities think, when they think feminist, they think like really unattractive females who may be like,
yeah, there's a stereotype.
That's a stereotype.
Buzz cut,
buzz cut, like short
fat.
hair, overweight. They just think, oh, you're the females that just got left over by everyone in society. Nobody finds you attractive. That's why you turned feminist.
Yeah.
That's what they generally, I think, people think. Whereas if you think like Yeonjin and Seraphim, they would not think like, why would you think these things? You know. So.
If I honestly, like, hypothetically, if I were a super attractive K-pop female idol, I would maybe become a radical feminist. I would maybe hate men.
Why?
Like, the fact that so many like sexual harassment, like objectifying, it happens a lot from men, right?
Yeah, girls do it too to BTS. This is double standard, but if you think about it, the amount of thirst comments on hot influencers of my friends as well.
True.
Sean Solo, even if you see his comments, it's outrageous. The things
Sean Solo, what?
If you see Sean's on his Instagram, the first comments, some of them are really inappropriate. Girls do the exact same thing. It's not any different.
I guess.
It's really inappropriate sometimes. He went to Taepyeonim all blonde. He's a married man. He always posts his baby. They still have loads of females. You're so beautiful. Marry me. Blah blah. It's the same. Yeah. But it's just not viewed as the same for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't understand those people.
Yeah.
But speaking of feminism, if you're interested in buying the feminist book, the feminist anthem in Korea, born 1984,
You sell it on your
Kim Ji-young,
website?
yes, you can buy it on birozo.net over here. We sell that book because it's a phenomenal book. You know, it's the book that brought feminism up to the surface in
I think
Korea.
that's the book that Irene was reading.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I saw the movie too. It was pretty nice, but
okay.
a lot of people boycotted the movie and screened people who actually watched the movie and stuff. So
Okay, but one person says, but what does that mean, Lo? Like, if they say, I think women should have the same opportunities as men, people would hate me because that's feminism. I think like, people obviously want same opportunities, yes, but also because a lot of Korean women are still also patriarchal too. As in, like I said about things like women expect if they bring 30K into the marriage, they expect the guy to bring like 10 times more. So they're like, how is this equal then? You know, there are a lot of females who expect the guy to provide much more. So then they're saying, because of this discourse, then they're saying it's not equal.
like there's a lot of discourse about like female feminism. A lot talks about like the glass ceiling, the unleveled playground and stuff. But men are like, we have an even more tilted playground. We have to shatter like 3 glasses of ceilings to
They have to go to military.
meet the expectations.
Yeah, military have way more in savings, have a way good earning job. So they're like, how is this the same?
It's a never-ending fight.
It's a never-ending
but
argument.
I
yeah.
think it's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, feel bad for Yoonjin. I think she was like peaking right now, like, you know, in a good way. Like her stocks were going up.
This is
nowadays.
not like, it's just like a small online community. Like, nobody really cares.
Right. So I think that's about it for today's news. What was my title for today? It was about Korea allows sex reveal.
I think I'll have to go back and change the title.
Yeah, what it means to be openly feminist and Bitcoin talk. I think we did like an hour of Bitcoin talk.
Yeah, we did a lot of finance talk, yeah.
And in the meantime, Ethereum went over $3,700. That's crazy. So it's like by every hour, by every minute, like
yeah, you see Chamber says, ooh, Sean Solo is so cute.
I mean, he is cute. He is cute. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying like he's cute. It's just like, oh, you just don't have to cross the line. Like, I want to lick your abs, like stuff like that. Like,
yeah, like.
Like imagine a guy going to Yoonjin's post and saying like, I want to lick your abs.
Like, even I get that, David. Even I get that. Like,
What, I
not
wanna
really
lick
so
your
much.
abs?
No, like not so much on my YouTube, but like on Instagram. Like, obviously, as like a creator, if anyone comments on my Instagram, I still want to acknowledge and like appreciate the fact that you commented, right?
Yeah.
But it's a lot of them are like guys, and they'll be like, "Oh, Anna, like, oh, you're working on your ass, like that's so good," and like they will sometimes write comments. I don't know if like I should just heart it or just like I don't want to encourage this kind of behavior, so I just don't want to acknowledge it. Or like, you know, that kind of thing. So, but if you see Taepyeon님 Oblong's Instagram, all of his comments, it's just like, you know he's a married man with a baby girl.
Well, I'm not like shitting on him or anything, but to be fair, he never shows his wife on social media, so people might be misled.
Think he's like a single dad or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I don't know. But maybe they might think they have a chance to or whatever, but yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching.
Oh, I have one last entertaining story.
Okay.
So
let's go.
You know the thirst comment. It's for fun, like sit on me, right?
Oh yes.
You think that's a thirst comment, right?
Yeah, that is.
But if you think about it, it's kind of gross too, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So like, if a man says it to a girl, is it okay to say sit on me?
If a man says it to a girl.
Yeah, like let's say there's a extremely attractive influencer, or there's like a guy in your comments.
I don't think you can say sit on me to anyone without it being like. You can say that to your friends, but like not to like no, you can't. Why? When? Why?
But I've seen a lot of comments saying like sit on me on like social media and stuff.
Yeah, because they think it's like a funny, it's like a first comment.
Yeah. It's not appropriate for any.
No.
Okay, so
not at all.
There's something related. Back in the day, like early DKDK days, I was meeting this one girl, and she claimed herself to be a feminist. That was very early and they're very brave back then. And I like that fact about her. And anyways, I was like meeting her for a while, and then she knew I was doing YouTube. We were going on like a good way, a good track. And suddenly she saw one of my videos,
Yes.
and it was like a Blackpink dance practice video or something.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a part where Lisa or someone crawls in between like the legs.
Were you reacting to it?
Yeah, and I was like, whoa! And then I was like, oh, I want to be there. Like, sit on me, like that kind of reaction, right?
Yes.
I was naive, okay? I was doing it for fun.
He was joking.
Yeah, I was joking and for the hype, you know, in reaction
to be entertaining.
Enthusiastic. I was like, sit on me, like I want to be there.
And she got offended.
And she saw that, and she was like, I'm done with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, how could you ever spit a comment like that? That is disgusting. That is gross. That is not what I expected of you. Out of all people, like, you are majoring in communication and media.
Relax.
You should know about that. You have influence. A lot of young people are watching you, and it's very inappropriate of you to say that on screen. I'm very disappointed. I don't want to see you ever.
Get a grip. It's not that deep.
I was baffled, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I will educate myself again. I think I might have slipped. It wasn't my intention. I was just trying to hype it up, like being entertaining. And then she was like, I'm not taking any of that. Like, goodbye.
I mean, it's good that you broke up, yeah.
And then, like 3 years later or something, 4 years later, she messaged me back, and she apologized. Like, maybe I was a little bit too uptight on you. Like, you know, I understand now, but that was an incident that happened. And there was another incident.
Yes.
Like, we went for the movies for the first time. And then me being a romantic guy trying to impress, like, I reserved the movies, I bought the popcorn, I took her home on a cab and stuff. And then after I was saying bye in front of her doorstep, she was like, I have a question to ask. And she was like, I was like, what is it? And then she was like, why didn't you ask me beforehand whether I have any intention to pay for the movies, the popcorn, or the taxi? Why did you pay it all yourself? And I was like,
I mean, if she wanted to pay, she could have just said
I
herself.
But
the fact that you didn't ask her, do you want to pay?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of guy asks that?
I know, right? So from me, I was like, my lovely deeds backfired. It was like, I was trying to like...
She's trying to take an issue with everything.
I was trying to impress you. I was trying to be good to you, like be a man and stuff. And
she sounds miserable.
And then when I said I was trying to be a gentleman, like that mindset is toxic.
Was she Korean?
Yeah.
Oh.
And she was like, you know, you should have at least asked me whether that's assuming that I don't have the financial ability to like pay for myself. And I was like,
oh my god,
I'm sorry.
I hope no girls are like actually like this.
And I was like, I'm sorry, I'll ask next time. I get what you're saying. And then I went over with that because like I liked her. But in hindsight,
she sounds like a Karen.
Like a Karen?
Yeah. Gets offended at everything.
Yeah, but anyways.
I'd be like, thank you for paying for me.
What do you guys think of this? Would you get offended if a guy just like paid everything for you and, you know, yeah.
That's such a nice thing to do.
Right?
That's such a nice thing to do.
Maybe I'm too patriarchal still. I'm trapped in my own zone, but I don't know. I don't know if I did something that wrong. I don't know about the Blackpink thing. Maybe I might have like said something inappropriate.
No, relax. Get over it. Come on.
Yeah.
You don't want to be with someone that's that serious about everything. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's a red flag for me.
Anyways, yeah. I'm not bashing on any feminism or feminists here. That's just a funny story of a person I met who claimed herself to be a feminist.
I'd be like, thank you for paying.
I think you're maybe on like the
do it
polar.
Again next date.
Maybe you're too far from that.
I take turns. But if a guy wants to pay for the day off, why? I'll be so grateful, thankful.
Okay. We know you would react like that by now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if she really wanted to pay, she could have been like, "Hey, no, I get the popcorn, I get the taxi."
Yeah.
Like, what don't you have a mouth? You can just say your own opinions.
I guess she said that at some point, and I was like, "No, it's okay. I'll just pay." But I guess she was offended that I paid every single thing.
I'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. You can pay." Anyway, we can do more finance talk, dating in terms of relationships and finance talk. I think is always interesting. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so that's it for today. That was long. It was 2 hours. I'm gonna go get some lunch and sleep. So hope you enjoyed this. And Anna, you can end the live stream early because I want to promote my stuff.
Bye guys. See you catch next week. Bye.
Yeah, and you guys stay for a little bit, like one more minute, because I got some interesting stuff to promote you. So as usual, I want to promote my new and launched up, what do you call it? Online store here. It's called pirozo.net. And if you go there, you can find authentic and interesting aesthetic Korean products. I'll show you right now. You can go to this page. And as you can see, there are very interesting products here. Speak of not the devil, but speak of it herself, Kim Ji-young, the book I was talking about, just popped up here. You can see very interesting articles. We have updated products weekly, so we have very new products. There was a person who bought all of these bracelets at once. I think it's the power of BTS, but these bracelets are worn by K-pop idols. We struck a deal with the company, and this ring was worn by Sunmi, the K-pop artist, and this ring was worn by IU. It's really cute. This ring was worn by, I think it's covered right now, but maybe one of the BTS members, I think. Yeah, and this one was worn by BTS Jungkook. All these rings are super aesthetic and cute. This one was worn by Yeonjun from TXT IU. And we have some kitchenware here as well, plates. Super aesthetic. This one was worn by BTS Suga. And if you go to the shop, there's more products coming in, but I'll just show you the new ones. Yeah, all of these, and we have amazing coasters, very interesting palace themed bags. We even have trays and echo bags. We have wine stoppers. This one was worn by BTS V. I really like this ring. It looks super interesting. And flower bags.
Like a weapon.
Yeah, it's like a knuckle. We have chopstick holders, key rings, and like interesting things here. Slippers, and I have a bunch of limited edition fashion items coming in. So I will be putting a lot of P-1 products from G-Dragon. So these you can only get from our site, probably, with this price. So a lot of P-1 products from G-Dragon coming in. If you want the notifications, I think they're gonna be low on stock, so you better sign up for the newsletters or follow our Instagram social media account. So go check that out. We have IAP Studio apparel coming in as well. IAP Studio is made by Benzino, the Korean rapper. We have a lot of other collaborations and fashionable items coming in as well. Check out our kitchen and home section. Very aesthetic and interesting products. These are very premium. These are trendy cups nowadays. Like all the high-end Korean Michelin star restaurants use these. You'll find these in New York restaurants and all that kind of stuff. Soju glasses. So yeah, very interesting stuff. Please check it out. Please read our blogs. Go follow us on Instagram, and yeah, check it out. If you want to buy something, yeah, just purchase it. You'll get a 15% off discount coupon on your email, and once you sign up, and it's very fast shipping, unless they are limited products that need some time for us to procure. They arrive within a week. So that's that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Check out pirozo.net. I'll leave the link is in the description below. If you enjoyed the live stream, please check out Patreon. I have exclusive live streams. Yesterday, I recorded a podcast about my financial situation in the new studio updates. So go check that out. And we'll go get lunch. So, bye-bye.